there.
Okay, so one thing that I did on this is I tried to turn the gain down to see if we could keep the less of the
Mike. Check. Bad Street, USA, brother. We're the last nasty house on the right. Check 1, 2. Check power. Bad Street, USA. Bad Street in Atlanta, GA. Check. Got it. There is a typo on the scoreboard. It does not read Eagles. It should be Roadrunners.
I did fix it.
Okay.
It probably missed it. See, look, right here it says Roadrunners.
Yeah, Mackingville is misspelled too.
I did not do this. So.
Yeah, you did.
There is an H and an S in the Tiger in Hernando. No, don't worry about that.
See, look, it says right here I fixed it. Is this not what y'all are getting?
This is Eagles. Do you have to hit save? Do you have to hit render?
F7,
No.
Is that Brett?
Julie gets that joke.
They have something different than what I have on the scoreboard. Like everything's different.
And Mackingville's misspelled.
That's the intro graphic.
So, who's on the...
They're the Roadrunners. It's okay. We're going to have a running clock, so we expect. All right, Brad. I'm going to call out some numbers, or some names, and I just dropped my highlighter that I need. What number is Noah Glosson? He's the center.
He is 56.
56? No, you don't have to. Jaden Wilkins.
So do you have a headset for down there?
He's going to be a 5, 6, or 7. All right, 6 minutes. Ben Barrett.
Ben Barnett.
Ben-
78.
Yeah, Barnett. I need to put my glasses on. Jordan Van Avery.
56. 55.
I must say we already got 50. You sing my battleship. Jackson Holloman.
71.
Jackson Weathers.
0.
That's what I thought. Colton Massey. Jackson Weathers is 0. Scooter Rayburn.
Scooter is 7.
Caleb Hickman.
6.
Jackson Weathers is 0. Brady Clancy. He's a 13. And Usselton is 2. All right, anything on Colton Massey? He's a nose guard.
96.
All right. Jaden Wilkins, right guard.
Well, but it might be okay once they
50.
Got it. Bingo. Boom, boom, boom. Let me say ayo, ayo. Brad, watch the officials, see who wins this coin toss, and I will start announcing if I need to. Brett, you let us know. Oh, anytime you're ready to make us go live, let me know. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday night. We are here in Hernando, Mississippi at the $87 million new playpen here on, I believe, 94 acres. And tonight we have the Roadrunners of Ridgeway, not the Eagles, the Roadrunners, here on Mackinville Road to take on our Hernando Tigers. Hello, everybody. I'm Heath Hopkins, along with me, Brad Bush, and we are excited to bring game number 2 of the season. And Brad, again, for the second week in a row, we have a visitor coming in from Memphis, and things are looking good for the Tigers after that week 1 victory. But hey, this is week 2. What you did last week has nothing to do with tonight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Heath. One thing you got, and we'll talk about this in our keys to the game in just a little bit, but one thing you've got to keep in mind is, you know how you dispatched Overton last week, and this team actually lost by 3 touchdowns to Overton in week 1. They did go on the road last week and win, so they are 1-1 on the season and capable of putting points on the board. But you got to focus on you and do your things well.
Well, one thing to keep in mind, as you mentioned, Overton beat Ridgeway. Overton was the team that Hernando played last week. Of course, tonight's guest is Ridgeway, and things got ugly very quick. I talked to Coach McCann about that, and he said that this Ridgeway team is very much improved. They have figured some things out. So don't expect that same team that Overton saw to come here to Hernando tonight.
Well, one thing I know about Ridgeway is they are well coached by a guy who knows the game.
Yes.
Drop a little bit of trivia here. Their head coach, Deron Sutton, for if you're a local college football fan, played for the Memphis Tigers and played back in the mid-'90s and was on the 1996 Memphis team that beat UT when Peyton Manning was their quarterback, number 6 in the nation. One and only time the Tigers ever beat Tennessee.
There you go.
But Deron Sutton had a huge interception. He was a starting safety, had a huge interception late in the third quarter in the end zone of Peyton Manning to thwart a Tennessee scoring attack. And went on to have a nice career at Memphis, and I think maybe even played some semi-pro ball, maybe one of the Memphis Pharaoh teams or the Memphis Maniacs, one of those leagues that passed through Memphis back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
The Mad Dogs.
Mad Dogs, Maniacs, the Pharaohs, Hound Dogs, you name it. But anyway, great night for football. A little bit warmer than it was last week, and that's one of the keys to the game that we'll talk about in a little bit, but you gotta watch yourself. A little bit warmer. Going to have those heat breaks tonight. The officials' time out on the field going to have heat breaks, so definitely temperatures are up there. And looking around at the clouds, Heath, I'm hoping we can hold off rain.
Yeah, there's supposed to be some very nasty weather coming in. A lot of strong winds. They even said on the radio, violent winds. So with that, we will keep an eye on that. Last year, Brad, we played through 2 hurricanes. So we made it through 2 hurricanes last year. So I think we can make it through a little bit of the strong winds.
Well, I guarantee you this field drains a lot better than the old field, too. If you remember a couple of those 2 games, Heath, there were literal ponds on the field where you could not see grass. It was nothing but water.
No wake zone.
That's right. And we're set for football here.
All right. So Overton, they do a lot of things on special teams. Lots of things. They will punt. They look like they'll go for it and do a quick kick on 3rd and 4th down. And so they will onside kick. They usually run their fake punts out of punt formation, but right now they show an onside kick. Back up, they kick it away, and then the Tigers go horizontal instead of vertical, but they will start in great field position.
Yeah, that was a nice job of picking up kind of a low wobbly kick there.
Yes.
Number 21, Miles Bryant on the return there, brought down for the Roadrunners by number 16, Dantario Carradine, brings up first down for the Tigers.
And give Miles credit. He kept that ball in front of him. He didn't let it get by, had a positive return, and put his team in a positive position to start the game. Right now, we're waiting for the center, number 56, Noah Glosson, to kind of get things started for us. First snap of the game. And here we go. Tigers have one back in the backfield, and they're bouncing it outside. Things are looking good for the Tigers. That's a good positive play to start things off.
Yeah, that's Terrence Walton, who had a great week last week and looking to build upon that, and off to a good start there. Gain of 8 on first down. Nice little run off the left side. Great blocking, as always, by the offensive line of the Tigers.
Give props to the left guard and left tackle, Jordan Van Avery and Jackson Holloman, on those blocks there.
Yeah, opened up a nice hole for Terrence to run through.
Showing it again, a little pop pass on a quick slant, falls incomplete. It was there, just couldn't haul it in, a little too much pepper on it. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short situation for the Tigers.
Yeah, Asher Lawson, the quarterback there, was looking for number 16, Adrian Mears, across the middle. A little bit too much mustard on that one, and off of the hands, brings up 3rd down.
Twins to the right, got a man in the neutral zone, and they called it. So the hard count draws them off sides. There's a penalty, and we are off and going, Brad.
Yeah, it's going to be a 5-yarder. Offsides encroachment against the defense. Going to bring the ball out to the 45-yard line. Be first down for the Tigers. Just underway here, Tiger Stadium, Hernando, Mississippi. Nobody does Friday night lights better than Hernando, that's for certain, Heath. As I look around, I look to our left, down in the north end zone. All the tents are set up with tailgaters, cheer teams here, student sections full, bands in the stands.
Nice misdirection. He stayed on his feet, but just couldn't get across that line of scrimmage. He ran a lot, Brad, but made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was a nice play there by the Ridgeway defender to stay at home, as they say. Terrence got the ball, didn't find any room around the left side, tried to cut it back to the right, and Ridgeway did a great job of dropping him for no gain there.
Noah Glosson over the ball, getting ready to snap. Shotgun formation for the Tigers. They're just running straight at him, Brad, right up the middle. That's football right there.
Yeah, that's here's what I'm going to run, try and stop me football right there. You like to see that. That's old school football, just nice give to Terrence Walton. Again, this time off the right side, across midfield, all the way down to the Ridgeway 35-yard line. 1st and 10 Tigers.
Well, 3rd first down of this drive.
Okay, camera 1, can you hear me?
And here we go. Watch that O-line and watch this push on that line. They are just driving them back.
Wow.
Beautiful,
Wow.
beautiful work by that offensive line.
I'm going to give a shout out there to big Jaden Wilkins. He absolutely pancaked a defender from Ridgeway. Elijah Brown there, the defensive tackle for Ridgeway, bore the brunt of Mr. Wilkins there and found himself on his backside pretty quick there. 8-yard gain, brings up 2nd down 2 for the Tigers.
6th play of the drive about to happen right here. Tigers keeping it on the ground. Looks like they got a first down. No flags on the play. They'll move the chains once again. That is the 4th first down of the drive, Brad.
Boy, Heath, you've called it out a couple of times already in this drive. Just the surge that the offensive line is getting there. Big number 55, Jordan Van Everett, number 56, Noah Gloss in the center. Got a great push. They were 4 or 5 yards down the field, leading Terrence Walton deeper into Ridgeway territory. And first down, 20-yard line for the Tigers.
And here we go. Tigers working it on the ground still again. Brad, they are just saying, stop me if you can. They really are.
Yeah, and great vision there by Terrence Walton. He's a heads-up runner. A lot of guys get into traffic like that. They tend to look down at their feet. Terrence Walton is heads up, and he's going to get a well-deserved breather here. And Coach Steve McCann's going to run out number 13, Brady Clancy, and give Walton a blow here, give him a chance to catch his breath. Again, number 10, Asher Lawson in a quarterback for the Tigers. 2nd and 2 from the 12-yard line of the Roadrunners.
Pushing his pushing his offensive lineman out of the way. Who's pushing the defender out of the way?
Yeah, we're going to say that Big Jordan Van Every drug. Instead of getting pushed, he drug Brady Clancy down inside the 5-yard line. Terrence Walton's going to go back in here, and hopefully we'll see Terrence get a carry. He's earned most of the yardage on this drive. Love to see him get a touchdown here.
Brad, is he going right of the center or left of the center here? I'm going to say he's going right.
I'm going to say left because
there you go.
That's where he's headed, and he's into the end zone.
And bowled over a defender on the way in. Met him on the doorstep of the end zone and just trucked him.
Yeah, Heath, other than one play, the one play at midfield where Terrence started one way and it was shut down and started back the other, I don't think the Tigers had any play that didn't gain positive yardage on that drive. Right down the field in a matter of minutes, less than 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 55 seconds to be exact, and in for a Tiger touchdown.
Non-play drive, Brad. Non-play drive, 8 runs, 7 consecutive runs for the Tigers. Well, right there as you saw it, the snap from number 0, Jackson Weathers. The hold from number 13, Brady Clancy, and the kick from the deuce, Will Usselton. Brad, 9 minutes, 5 seconds in the opening quarter. Tigers up by 7. And, hey, the Roadrunners have not touched the ball just yet.
Yeah, Heath, that was, again, just a great drive down the field. I think we only threw one pass, and that was a little short pass on a 2nd and 2 situation. That and the one run for no gain, the only plays that didn't gain yardage out of the 9 on that first drive. And just a great start, exactly what Steve McCann wanted to see out of his Tigers. And now we'll put the Tiger defense out on the field. We'll see what they can do against the Ridgeway offense.
Well, talking to Coach McCann this morning in our meeting, he talked about there's no magic pill in football. There's nothing you can do. You can't say, hey, if you run 140-yard sprints this week, you'll definitely get the win. It doesn't work like that. This is a tough game. And he sent that message to his players. Said it wasn't a great week of practice. And if you had young ones this week of any age, with the nice 3-day weekend last weekend, a lot of schedules were thrown off, and a lot of people used every ounce of daylight to burn a little bit more summer as school has already started. But everyone was celebrating hard over Labor Day weekend. And he just said it was a little bit tough. And he also talked about, he goes, hey, look, these are teenage boys. They know what the score was of that Overton Ridgeway game. You can't lie to them. You can't tease them. But we did tell them, this is not the same team. You need to be ready to play.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Heath. And I know one thing. I know Coach Steve McCann is not going to let Ridgeway creep up on him, and he's not going to let his team take any team that they play lightly. And you can bet they're ready to play tonight, as they've already shown on their first offensive drive. Again, the defense goes out there, and we'll see if they can set the tone early here as well.
Big 96 right there. Colton Massey getting the start tonight at nose guard, along with Jackson Weathers at defensive tackle. Your 2 DNs, Scooter Rayburn, Caleb Hickman. Brad, I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of pressure they get on this offensive line and see if they penetrate and get back there fast. And we got a flag.
That's going to go against the Tigers, going to be encroachment. And of course, in high school, that's a dead ball regardless of contact. As soon as you violate that neutral zone, 5-yard penalty. It's going to bring up, still be first down and 5 to go.
All right.
Heath, while we have a break in the action here, we'll say that tonight, September 5th, since going back the last 50 years, this is the 8th time the Tigers have played on September 5th. Overall record of 3-4. Last time they played on this date was 11 years ago, 2014, a 46-42 win over North Panola.
Wow, what year was that?
2014, one of those where the calendar kind of catches you and flips, and you don't have a September 5th Friday night for several years because of leap year or what have you. So in one of those weird quirks, it goes back 11 years. So been 11 years, 11 seasons since the Tigers played on September 5th. But here we are. Tigers off to a good start.
Well, that was the official first play of the drive. Now here's play number 2, and they are close to midfield. Trips receiver to the right. They're going to work that right side. Tigers in the backfield, and Brad, that is completed for about a half-yard loss.
Yeah, they're actually going to say his knee touched back in the neighborhood of the 42-yard line. That's going to end up being about a 2-yard loss. I didn't see that, but the referee on the near side, closest to us, marked him down at the 42-yard line. Loss of 2 brings up second down.
Well, Brad, the Tigers threw one pass. It fell incomplete. Here, Ridgeway's completed a pass, and it's for -2.
Well, I guarantee you they're going to get things turned around. Quarterback number 3, Kylan Gibson, out there leading the attack for the Roadrunners.
Low snap. A lot of pressure in the backfield, but they can't get to him. He works that edge, gets outside. Containment got a little loose there. And so now this is going to bring up a 3rd and 5 situation here at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, as you said, Heath, 3rd and a little less than 5 yards. Big down here early for the Tiger defense. Let's see if they can hold Ridgeway to no gain or maybe even a loss here, force them into a punting situation. Good size on the offensive line for the Roadrunners. We are, Heath and I sit here at about the 47-yard line on the north side of midfield, and as we look right down the line there, it's a pretty good size offensive line for the Roadrunners.
Tip drill. Tip drill. Tigers recover and are heading toward the end zone. Nice job by this defense.
Number 25, Chris Pierce, as you said, Heath, on the tip drill there. Ball kind of floated on the quarterback a little bit there off the receiver's hands into the waiting hands of number 25, Chris Pierce, and he takes the ball down inside the Roadrunner 40-yard line. Tigers set up shop, second drive of the evening from the Roadrunner 39-yard line.
That's why you practice the tip drill in practice, and here we go. You know, Brad, one thing that Coach McCann talked about that we'd probably see tonight is the buck sweep. And he said the buck sweep, you can see it in Pee Wee football, JUCO football, Friday nights all over America. He saw it in the NFL last night with the Cowboys and Eagles. Said that the buck sweep is a very popular play. Everyone runs it and wanting the Tigers to kind of use it tonight. And so we will be watching for the buck sweep and then working the edge here on this Roadrunner defense.
Yeah, Heath, one thing I know, if it's a play that's used often at every level, that means it's A, pretty simple to run, and B, pretty effective.
Yes. Look at that hole right there.
Number 1, Terrence Walton, again, just off of the right guard. Inside the 30-yard line, down to the 25-yard line goes Terrence. First down, 10 yards to go from the 25-yard line of the Roadrunners. 6 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in tonight's opening quarter here. Hernando, Friday Night Lights. Glad to have you along.
Now, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Tigers are running at will, but I wouldn't be shocked if they took a chance on the end zone right here. But it looks like we're going to have a water timeout.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier, Heath, with the temperatures back up again today. And, of course, supposed to cool down again. Supposed to be nice. We do have that heat timeout at the midway point of each quarter of the game. Folks, want to say thank you to our scoreboard sponsor, Sonic of Hernando. Dean and Sonic go the extra mile for Tiger Athletics. Be sure to stop by and see them. Pick up a cold summer treat, juicy hamburger, or one of those delicious foot-long conies. Sonic of Hernando. Again, Dean and Sonic go the extra mile for Tiger Athletics, and we thank them.
Well, we talked to Coach McCann. He was talking about the offense. Offense takes time. He said if you want it to be on a consistent level, week in and week out, it takes time. There's a lot of offenses in high school, college, the NFL, where sometimes it takes a whole season to adapt to it. So with that being said, he said he wanted consistency. He wanted this team to grow tonight and get a little bit more consistent with the offense. He was pleased at some of the things that he saw last week, but he wants to see more.
Well, Heath, one thing he talked about, as you well remember, is he talked about toughness, and he said that it's a tough world. Football's a tough sport, and you got to have a tough team. And that's a word that goes a long way with Coach McCann, is toughness, and he certainly wants to see that out of his Tigers tonight.
And for those watching at home, yes, you want to have the most talented team on the field, but usually in high school athletics, especially the sport of football, not the most talented team, but definitely the toughest team, usually, not always, but usually comes out as victors. So if you've got a tough team, you're probably going to have a great season.
Walton on the carry, brought down by number 8.
Nice run there by number 1, Terrence Walton, brought down by the Roadrunners, number 8, Jeffrey Oliver. Gain of around 2 yards, second down, 8 yards to go for the Tigers here. Again, just past the midway point of the first quarter of tonight's game.
Oh, Brady was wide open, and sadly, play stopped from a flag. Dirty laundry.
Yeah, it's going to end up being a false start against the Tigers, I believe. And that's exactly what the call is. So going to negate what looked like it could have been a big play, and going to push the Tigers back 5 yards. And now it's going to be second down and around 13 yards to go for the Tigers outside the 25-yard line of the Roadrunners.
Tigers on their second possession. They've already picked up 6 first downs tonight. And right now you got a wing back along with one running back in the backfield. Tigers are keeping it on the ground and just churning, Brad. Look at that.
Yeah, Walton again, getting a healthy dose of him, brought down by number 14, Shamar Armstrong for the Roadrunners. But he's going to get back the penalty plus a few yards, and going to bring it now third and less than 5 inside the Roadrunner 20-yard line down to the 19. Normally you see the Tigers go with pace here. They're certainly going no huddle, but they're certainly not hurrying to the line here either. Methodical pace here. Again, not huddling, but not at that breakneck pace either. And we have another flag.
Wow.
Going to be false start again against the Tigers. Going to be another 5-yard penalty. Moves them back to around the 24-yard line of the Roadrunners. Still be third down.
Well, that's the second penalty of this drive. And third penalty against the Tigers tonight. They had offsides on defense. And now here 2 on this drive. So 3 penalties for 15 yards for the Tigers. And those are small mental errors, Brad. Those are things that you can clean up, but things that shouldn't happen. Pass complete. First down is made. Ball is loose on the field. Recovered by Ridgeway. Ridgeway brought down inside the 5-yard line. Tigers couldn't hold on to the pass. Excellent catch. Advanced it just wonderful, but it looks like a helmet just hit the ball at the right spot.
Yeah.
And it just spit out.
Yeah, big Caleb Hickman did a great job wrestling the ball away from the initial defender, brought the ball in, and then looked like he got punched out from behind, Heath. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look at it. But as he was rumbling down towards the goal line, looked like somebody got it from behind. And number 10 for the Roadrunners, Mikel Noel, picked up the ball. And now the Roadrunners take over inside the Tiger inside their own 5-yard line, 4-yard line, first down, 10 yards to go. A bit of a busted play.
Well, he broke containment and got out of bounds. Not a huge pickup, but he got positive yards.
3 on the quarterback kick, pushed out of
Yeah, it
bounds
looked
by
like
number 5,
quarterback
Sean
number
Scott.
3, Kylan Gibson, turned one way. The running back was started the other, and great job by Gibson to just tuck the ball and get what he could out of it around the left side of the defense. Gain of around 3 in the play. Second down, 7 yards to go for the Roadrunners.
Well, Coach McCann told us, I asked him, I said, what are you looking for tonight on both sides of the ball? He answered it very simply, dominate the line of scrimmage. He wanted that to happen. We're seeing that on offense. Defense hasn't had as many opportunities, but they have one here on this play. And great pressure in the backfield, Brad.
As if on cue, Heath.
Yep, there you go.
The referee is going to throw a flag here. I'm not sure that was intentional grounding, but
Pass intended for number 10.
Well, the ball did not cross the line of scrimmage.
that's what it was. So that's going to end up being a safety, I believe.
Well, let's wait for the white hat, but I do believe you're correct. Let's find out.
And
Safety.
That's exactly what it is, Heath. Intentional grounding. I guess the ball didn't make it past the line of scrimmage, but there was a receiver in the area. I'm not sure, and I know Coach Deron Sutton over there is asking for an explanation, but there was a receiver, number 10, Mikel Noel, who just had the fumble recovery.
Blue Owl night tonight here in Hernando. And after the safety, we got the lights flashing. The nice LED lights, a nice touch here to the new playpen for our Hernando Tigers.
Heath, those used to do that when we were in high school, but it was because the bulbs were going out and not because they were meaning to do that. But yeah, the latest and greatest technology, nothing but the best for the Hernando Tigers here at the new stadium. And seems to be the wave. I know all of the colleges are doing that. They even some of the high schools around town, including around the area, including the Tigers, have those fancy. I don't even know what they call them. Let's call them party lights here at Tiger Stadium.
Well, the last possession for Ridgeway was only 2 plays. It ends in a safety.
Well, Heath, I want to go back to something you said. As if on cue, you said, let's see what the Tiger defense, let's see what kind of penetration and own that line of scrimmage. And as if on cue, number 0, Jackson Weathers, busts through the line of scrimmage, corrals the quarterback. The quarterback tries a late throw, and the flag goes down for intentional grounding in the end zone. Result of the play is a safety, and now the Roadrunners are going to kick off from their own 20-yard line. But as if on cue, Heath, Big Jackson Weathers heard you up here in the booth and busted right through the line and brought the quarterback down.
Well, you know, we called Jackson's name out last year and several times. We've called his name out plenty more this season. Jackson Weathers is a great football player, one of the leaders of this Hernando football team, and he is having a great game so far tonight. All right, ball bounces in front, fielded at the 41. He's got a little bit of a seam. It closed up, but he falls forward and brought down at the 39-yard line. So Tigers got great field position here.
Yeah, number 5, Sean Scott, did a great job again. Kind of a low, wobbly line drive kick. You know, you think of the farther the ball goes, the harder it would be to return. But a lot of times those low line drive, squib kicks, as they call them, can be very tough to corral, and you know that ball is oblong shaped and it doesn't always bounce the way you think it's going to bounce. And Sean did a great job there corralling the ball, bringing it in, and getting a nice return out of it. And the Tigers are set up shop inside the 40-yard line of the Roadrunners.
Well, the Tigers' first possession had 5 first downs. Second possession, they had 1 first down, total of 6 on the night. And here is their third possession of the evening.
Number 1, Terrence Walton on the carry.
Yeah, Terrence Walton does another great job there getting around the left side of the defense. Put a nice move on defender for the Roadrunners there. Gain of around 6, 2nd and 4 for the Tigers.
Gain of 5, it will be 2nd down and 5.
And here we go.
Tigers going to that H-back look, kind of the wing-back flex bone look here. Haven't seen any plays go to that position yet, but certainly have options out of that formation.
Brad, I think we might have seen the buck sweep right there. Both those guards pulling. And something I will be watching for here for the rest of the evening. But when you see both those guards pulling and heading the same direction in front of the running back, that is the buck sweep.
It's a thing of beauty, Heath.
It really is.
In its simplicity and its effectiveness, it is an absolute weapon. And if you've got big horses on the front line like the Tigers do, it can be a very, very effective play.
Here goes the guards right there.
Yep. Big Jackson Weathers out front, plowing the road for the Tigers there. Leading number 13, Brady Clancy, down inside the 15-yard line, down to the 14. He absolutely, Big Jackson Weathers, absolutely cleaned somebody's clock there.
It's a tough world and it's a tough sport.
And the Ridgeway Roadrunner defender certainly found out there.
Jackson Weathers having a great night so far. You know, that doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but every coach wants it, loves it, adores it, needs it. And Jackson Weather is happy to deliver that. Well, I think we got another water timeout. So 2:45 in quarter number 1.
Heath, I believe Ridgeway actually called that timeout. Coach Deron Sutton wants to get his guys over and talk over strategy here with the Tigers set up shop inside the 15-yard line. 1st and 10.
Are correct.
Heath, we got an interesting opponent coming into Hernando next Friday night. The Choctaw County Chargers from lovely Ackerman, Mississippi. Home of
Pap's Place Restaurant.
Pap's Place Restaurant, and if you've ever lived down in east central Mississippi, you know Pap's Place well. They had some crazy commercials back in the 90s that played in the Starkville areas.
Please go to YouTube and pull up Pap's Place Restaurant, Ackerman, Mississippi, and you will be highly entertained.
You will be highly entertained.
It's not fake.
Yes.
Those were the real commercials.
Yeah, just a little ways down Highway 12 from Starkville and in Ackerman, Mississippi. The Choctaw County Chargers come in, defending Mississippi 3A state champions, ranked number 3 in 3A. So should be a good game. They sent at least one player to play D1 ball. A young man named Caleb Cunningham, who I believe was originally committed to Alabama and ended up in school in Oxford. But the Chargers come to town next week. Should be a great ball game, and hope to have you along next Friday night. If you can't be here in the stadium with us, love to have you join us here on the live stream. And first, we got a little business to tend to here tonight as Tigers 1st and 10 at the Roadrunner 14-yard line.
Tigers have picked up 8 first downs. This is the 4th play of the drive. 2 first downs on this drive. And Brad, the holes there, you could literally drive a car through it.
Yeah, Brady Clancy did a great job finding that hole. He takes the ball inside the 5, dragged a couple of defenders the last couple of yards. Finally brought down around the 2 or 3 yard line. See where they spotted. Looks like around the 3 yard line to be 1st and goal for the Tigers.
Brad, here's something crazy. There's been 4 plays on this drive. All of them have been on the ground, running plays. 3 of them have resulted in first downs. The other one was an 8-yard gain on a first down.
Yeah, really, Tigers really having some success running the football here early. And there goes Clancy into the end zone for a Tiger touchdown.
5th play of the drive results in a Tiger touchdown. And the Tigers are having fun for the home crowd tonight. 5th play of the drive results in a Tiger touchdown. Well, heading out to the field, Brad. Or I should say staying on the field. Number 0, Jackson Weathers. He's going to snap the ball. Brady Clancy, who just scored, will be your holder. And Will Usselton in to kick.
Heath, watch the ball come off of Will's foot here. It's just amazing how much pop he gets on the football.
And it carries.
Yeah, he just drives the ball. I couldn't hit my 9-iron that far. I mean, he just absolutely drills the ball every time he kicks it, and the ball just jumps off of his foot. It's a thing of beauty to watch.
So the snap from Jackson Weathers, the hold, Brady Clancy, and the kick from Will Usselton is good. 2 minutes, 9 seconds. We're still in quarter number 1. Tigers 16, Roadrunners no score.
Heath, we want to thank our instant replay sponsor for this year. Domino's is the new instant replay sponsor, an exclusive provider of pizza for Tiger concession stands. Be sure to give Domino's a call tonight. Stop by the concession stands for a slice. Again, thanks to Domino's for sponsoring our instant replays this year. Proud supporter of Tiger Athletics.
Brad, when we talked to Steve McCann today, he talked about the O-line is getting more consistent and better. He said that they're getting to see some more talent, and he's really hoping that they will just keep it improving. He wants them to, he's looking for them to continue, but last week only 26 snaps in the first game. Usually the Tigers get 60 to 70 snaps. That was their average last year per game. And 16 and 17 of those snaps were only for the starters. Some starters only got 6 reps. So tonight he said they were really, big whopping hit right there. Maybe we can get a replay of that one.
Yeah, that was big number 25, Chris Pierce, who already has a tip drill interception tonight and a big hit on the return there. Nice job of containing the Ridgeway return man. And they're going to stop them inside their own 20-yard line. They're going to set up shop at their 18-yard line, first down, 10 yards to go.
Brad, for the Tiger students, their parents always wanted to get their name in the paper. Now you just want to get your name and picture on social media.
Those were the good old days. Well, they were old days. Whether they were good or not remains to be seen, I guess. It's all beauty's eye of the beholder, but those were certainly the old days. No, they were good old days.
Here we go. Defense is looking good. You know, it's kind of hard for defense to kind of get a rhythm because they've only been out there for a couple of plays. They're shutting them down pretty quick.
By number 7,
And so when they kind of get out there, they kind of look slow on first down. Second down, they look better. Third down, they're shutting it down.
Yeah, that was big Scooter Rayburn with a nice tackle there on the running back for Ridgeway after a gain of 3 yards. Brings up second down and around 7 to go.
second down.
Scooter with a
7.
nice heads-up tackle there, stood his man up, got him on the ground quick.
Here's your award-winning Hernando band. They're having fun tonight. And Brad, once again, on first down, they picked up 3. Second down, they picked up maybe half a yard. And now we're heading to third down.
Yeah, again, bring up a big third down for the Tiger defense
This
here.
is where they usually drop them for a loss.
Well, looked like almost the exact same play. Ridgeway went right back to it. And no gain on the play. Tiger
Third
defense stood their
down
ground.
and 6.
So, Brad, what do you think about that? Last week, only 26 snaps of offense for the Tigers last week. What was the final score last week? 40. What was that? 42, 49?
41 nothing, I believe.
41 nothing. And did that on 16 snaps. That's amazing.
Well, had a punt return, I believe, and had a, if you recall, the punt return behind the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
First time we'd ever seen that.
Yes.
As a nice play there by Ridgeway, takes the ball across midfield into Tiger territory. That was number 15, Antoine Taylor, for the Roadrunners. Shaking up on the play. He's going to come out for a quick breather. But, well, they moved it back now to the 49-yard line, but in Tiger territory. 30 seconds or so remaining here in tonight's first quarter. And Ridgeway's got something going offensively.
Coach McCann did talk about this Ridgeway team, that they hit the big play often. They are known for that. They can hit the big play. Sometimes they just struggle with the intermediate play, but they can hit big plays. Tiger defense is primed and ready for that one, Brad. That is swarming the ball and gang tackling. That is textbook right there.
Yeah, the PA announcer would say in that case a host of tigers, a pride. I'm not sure what a tiger, it's not a pride, that's lions, but whatever a gang of tigers is.
A den of tigers.
We're going to go with a den of tigers, Heath Hopkins says, and if anybody would know, it's going to be that man, so we're going to say a den of tigers. And den of tigers on the tackle there, no gain on the play, into the first quarter. All Tigers in this one, 16-0 over the Roadrunners. Hey, folks, looking for fun and food down in Senatobia Way? Come to Woodchuck's Axe Throwing Restaurant and Retro Dough Pizzeria and Arcade. Throw some axes, demolish a hand-pattied burger or a famous hot chick sandwich, crush some pizza, or level up with a classic arcade game. Family nights, date nights, just hanging out with friends. This is the spot for you. Come see us down in Senatobia where great eats meets epic fun. Woodchuck's Axe Throwing Restaurant and Retro Dough Pizzeria and Arcade.
Brad, have you ever been there?
I have not ever been there. I've known people who have been there. I've done the axe throwing, never in Senatobia Woodchucks, but never been down to Woodchucks or Retro Dough.
Took the entire family, several of their friends, went down to watch the Jurassic Park movie this summer on a Saturday. We went down there for lunch. Excellent food. And the entire family didn't want to leave to go to the movie. They were having too much fun. Lots of fun things for the entire family. We have high schoolers down to first graders in our family. We're a family of 6, and they all had fun. 2 boys, 2 girls, all their friends. Big time had by everybody.
I'll have to check it out. By the way, Heath, the Google machine tells me, and I guess I probably should have known this, but a group of tigers is an ambush.
Ooh,
An
nice.
ambush of tigers. I should know that because the University of Memphis football, the student section at the Memphis football games is known as the ambush. So I should have probably known that, but Google never lets you down, and so that's what we're going to go with, an ambush of tigers. No idea what a group of Roadrunners is called, so don't even ask. We're going to say it's a flock. We're going to go with a flock of Roadrunners. That seems to be the consensus here in the press box.
Little misdirection there.
Yeah, Heath, hard to know if that was on purpose or if that was just a mistake that happened to work out for Ridgeway. Quarterback number 3, Colin Gibson, with the old wasn't looking. And again, I couldn't tell if he was meant to be not looking or if just worked out for him. But anyway, positive yards, third down, 8 yards to go. Correction, 9 yards to go for the Roadrunners at the 48-yard line of the Tigers.
I don't think we'll see it here on third down, but Coach McCann, as we talked about earlier in this broadcast, says that the Roadrunners will do a quick kick on third down, and they will also act like they're going to go for it on fourth down and do the quick kick. So I don't think we'll see it here on third down, but they have been known to do it on third down. I bet you they do it on fourth down, Brad. And here we go. Well, they lost yardage on this. So let's see what happens here. Now, he did say that the only time they run a fake out of a punt is when they are in true punt formation. So when they do the quick kick, they're doing the quick kick. The only time they'll run a fake is when they're in true punt formation. So they got the offense on the field. Let's see what happens. I'm going to expect a quick kick here. And he's a little bit deeper than normal. I will say that.
Yeah, I watched in pregame. Number 16 is the Ontario Carradine is the punter here.
Yep, there goes the quick kick right there.
Yeah. Pretty nice punt, actually. So going to be about a 35-yard punt for the Roadrunners, which, Heath, I can now verify is a marathon of Roadrunners. So,
Brad, that broadcasting school is really paying off. Dynamite drop in.
Well, I tell you what, I kind of geek out over stuff like that, but I know Parliament of Owls and a Flamboyance of Flamingos. How about that one? There's one for you. But a marathon of Roadrunners and an ambush of Tigers here tonight.
Brad's just getting his demo tape ready to get a job at National Geographic, and you're doing an excellent job, my friend.
Google is your friend, my man.
So once again, let all the young ones know, watching tonight's broadcast on YouTube, what do we call a flock of Roadrunners?
A marathon or a race. I did see it could also be called a race of Roadrunners and an ambush of Tigers. Nice pass there. We do have a flag down at the line of scrimmage. I think this one's going to come back. That was a nice pitch and catch there for the Tigers, but that's going to be holding against the black and gold, and they're going to get pushed back. Looks like half the distance here. It's still going to be first down, but it's going to negate a pretty nice pitch and catch by the Tigers there.
10 minutes, 9 seconds remaining, quarter number 2. Lots of time left here before halftime. And Tigers have scored on 2 of their 3 possessions. They were knocking on the door for the third one, had that turnover inside the 5-yard line, then followed it up with a safety.
Yeah, and I guarantee you Coach Steve McCann is not happy with his team right now. As you said, Heath, turnover inside, deep in the territory of the Roadrunners, and then a couple of penalties here. And the penalties really kind of starting to mount up for the Tigers here. That's about the 5th or 6th flag here in tonight's first half. You can bet that's going to be a point of emphasis in the halftime locker room for Coach McCann.
And here we go. Tigers backed up inside their 10-yard line. They're going to keep it on the ground and try to get things going again. So just past the original line of scrimmage.
Well, Heath, we don't have live stats here in front of us, but that's got to be close to 100 yards tonight for number 1, Terrence Walton. He's had a couple of drives where he's been the main featured back and taking them down the field. He's got to be getting pretty close to triple digits there. He's doing a great job tonight, being patient, keeping his head up, finding the holes, and then bursting through them and dragging tacklers with him, making himself hard, getting his pads low, making himself hard to get down on the ground. And here he goes again. He's off to the races.
Busted one, and here we go. It's a foot race. Will he be caught? It's looking good right now, and Brad, you can put it on the board. Another Tiger.
Here we go. It's a foot race. Will he be caught?
Well, I'll tell you what, Heath, he wasn't over
It's
triple
looking good right
triple
now,
digit yardage
and Brad,
before that play.
you can
He is
put it
now.
on the
That
board.
busted out for about a 75. I don't remember
No.
exactly where the down marker was, but it was around the 20-yard line. 75, 80-yard touchdown run for Terrence Walton there. Great job. Again, patient, finds the hole, keeps his head up, accelerates through, and then off to the races.
Terrence, if you want 200 yards rushing, you better do it before halftime.
Yeah, might not see too much more of Mr. Walton, but he's done a great job tonight for the Tigers. And again, 22-0 here. 9 minutes to go in tonight's second quarter of action. All Tigers, 22-0. Looking for a 23rd point off the foot of Will Usselton here.
All right, check into the ball game. Number 0, Jackson Weathers. He's at center. He'll be snapping the ball to number 13, Brady Clancy. And let's see what Will Usselton can do right here. And got it in. Got it in.
Yeah, that was a great job there by Brady Clancy, the holder. The ball was a little bit behind him on the snap. Did a great job of getting it off of his hip down on the turf for Will to kick it, and Will did a nice job of putting it through the uprights. You know, Heath, we purposely call out the deep snapper, the holder, and the kicker because they are a unit, and if one of those 3 people doesn't do their job, it doesn't matter how strong the kicker's leg is or how accurate they are. If the ball's not in the right place for them to kick it, it doesn't work. And so we always purposely call out the holder, the snapper, and the kicker. They are a unit, and they do a great job for the Tigers.
You know, Brad, I don't expect you, well, actually I do. You probably will remember this conversation. We were at a football game many years ago, back in the 1900s, and we talked about how, you know, kickers really don't ever get called out until they miss one. But then I started thinking about it. I was like, you know what's even worse? It's the long snapper and the guys on the field goal.
Yep.
Because those guys never get, you never know their names, you never know their numbers, you never know anything about them until they mess up. And then nothing's nice said about them. So we have always, and we're here, we've had too much fun. We can't keep up with how many years we've done this, but it's around 20. And we've always been able to point out the discipline and the talent of the long snappers, and we've always wanted to give them credit where credit is due, and the holder never gets any credit, and we've seen a lot of great holds over years, and you know, he'll never get any love or respect for that, so that's why we always kind of call those guys out and give them the love, because they will deserve it.
They absolutely do, Heath, and it's something that it's not easy to do.
No, not at all.
Deep snapper is one of the few guys in sports who performs his job upside down, and you know, it's
I never thought of that.
Yeah,
but you're right.
yeah. I mean, there aren't many guys in sports who the position they play upside down, but the deep snapper is one of them. And Jackson Weathers does a great job for the Tigers, and again, Brady Clancy did a great job there getting the little bit of a wobbly snap off of his hip and onto the ground for Will to put it through for the points. Just a huge, cannot be overstated how big of a weapon, especially at the high school level, how big of a weapon having a solid kicking unit and a strong kicker can be for you.
Yes.
A lot of instances where a lot of schools would have to go for a deep in another team's territory. You can take the option of getting the 3 points.
Here we go. Roadrunners stay. Oh, tip drill almost by the Tigers. And Brad, he would have some room if he came over to the right side. If he intercepted that ball and kept coming toward the Hernando sideline, if he could have made that corner, I think he would have been dancing.
Well, let's give credit to number 22, JoJo Newberry there for the Tigers. He put a lick on the receiver. Make sure once the ball is tipped, it's a free-for-all out there, and JoJo did a great job of making sure that the receiver didn't come down with it. Again, Tigers had a chance to pick it off, but falls harmlessly to the turf. Brings up second down for the Roadrunners.
I think the band has been sponsored by Red Bull. Those guys are playing hard.
Yeah, we can hear the drum beat up here in the press box, even with our headphones on, our headsets on, and they're getting after it down there, and they deserve to. We got a late flag here. Looks like this may be against the Tigers, maybe a face mask against the Tigers here.
I agree with you. Ridgeway was clapping immediately after the play.
Yeah, the question is this going to be? I can't remember. Is there 5 and 15 in high school, or is it all 15? Oh, it's going to be unsportsmanlike against the Tigers. Huh. Okay, I did not see that.
If you look at the players, they're kind of looking at each other, looking at the sideline like, what? So I think that caught everyone off guard a little bit. I think there was a unison. Wait, what?
Yeah, that was
by the defense.
That was one of those wait what moments there, but that's going to move the ball out past the 35-yard line of the Runners and bring up first down 10 at their own 36-yard line. 9 minutes remaining here in tonight's second quarter. Beautiful night here. Moon is peeking through the clouds, kind of ominously off to our right.
Almost a full moon.
down in the southeastern part of the sky, overlooking Tiger Stadium here.
Oh, well, this one will be coming back.
Yeah, I thought I saw the left guard rock out of his stance a little early there, and the head linesman on the far side of the field saw it too. So that's going to back the Roadrunners up 5 yards, still first down. Well, Heath, when we talked to Coach McCann this week, one of the things that he said he wanted the offense to do early tonight, and I think you've already said this tonight, is run the ball consistently, make it work. It's going to be a key for this team all season, and I can say without a doubt that even with some 32-plus minutes left in tonight's game, that you can go ahead and check that box. The Tigers have done a great job running the ball tonight, and then a great job by Caleb Hickman there, number 6, big number 6, big tackle on the
That was a
Roadrunner.
belly-to-back suplex is what that was.
Yeah, that was the old Arn Anderson belly-to-back suplex there. Taking it back, speaking of the 1900s.
Second down and 15.
Boy, when you say it like that, it just makes it seem so long ago. It was only 25 years ago. But
That was a long time ago.
when you tell people
I was a quarter of a century.
when you tell people I was born in the 1900s, it just sounds.
Oh, came through. Defense. Well, so that should be a grounding call right there.
Yeah,
See if we
there
get a
you go.
flag. There it is.
And we do. Yeah, that's.
He's marking it.
Yeah, exact same situation as
Where
we
the
had down in
safety.
the end zone on the safety.
That Tiger defense, I don't know if we can get a replay of that, but man, that Tiger defense was crashing hard. The pressure they were putting back there right after the snap was just incredible.
Yeah, they
Great job by that defensive line.
got off the ball quick, got off the line of scrimmage into the backfield, put pressure on the quarterback, and forced him to make a bad decision. And so now we're going to have a mark off here. I believe it's going to be loss of down as well.
Looks like Jackson Weathers is holding that right shoulder a little bit. He's kind of rolling it. Doesn't look too happy. And that's what happens when you put someone into the ground and bring a lot of pain.
Well, I know this about Jackson Weathers. As long as that arm is attached, he's going to stay out there. And he might even stay out there if the arm wasn't attached. He might just pick it up and throw it to the sideline, knowing that guy. But that's one tough player right there. You can bet he's going to shake it off. He may feel a little sore in the morning, but he's going to keep playing tonight.
Well, Brad, think about this. The Tigers had a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty called on this drive. Right after that, there was a 5-yard penalty against Ridgeway, and now intentional grounding. So not only did the Tigers get their 15 yards back, plus some, and, Brad, it is 3rd and 31, I do believe, if I did my math correct.
Actually, I believe it's 4th down. I believe that was loss of down, and that was 3rd down.
Yes, that is correct.
Loss of down, so now it's
Loss of down on a grounding call. That is a great call.
yeah, 4th down and 31 here. 4th down and a long bus ride for the Roadrunners here. Just over 7.5 minutes remaining in tonight's second quarter. Tiger Stadium here in Hernando, Friday Night Lights.
Scooter Rayburn there on the right end. Scooter getting ready to get back there. He had some penetration on that last play. Let's see what happens here. Yep, they're going with the quick kick. It's high. Peter. Red. Get away.
Well, the ball makes it out to the line to gain there. So do my quick math and tell you that's a 31-yard punt, as it was 4th and 31. All in all, not a bad punt. Tigers are going to take over inside Roadrunner territory. 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Hey folks, be sure to check out Destin Westmoreland with Turnkey Realty. If you're looking to buy or sell, choose Destin Westmoreland with Turnkey Realty to be your realtor, specializing in residential, commercial, investment, and luxury homes, and helping you find the perfect fit no matter your goals. With Destin, it's not about quantity, it's about quality and real results. Let's turn your next move into your best move. Call Destin Westmoreland with Turnkey Realty today at 901-590-9292.
Man, Tigers getting a little aggressive here on the first play of this drive. 7 minutes. 7 minutes plus left before halftime. I don't want to say the Tigers are cruising, but they like where they are right now. All right, we got split receivers to each side. 1 man in the backfield. You got a wing back. Nice pass out to the flat. Nice move right there, and just a shoestring kept him away from the end zone, Brad.
Adrian Mears with an absolutely beautiful move on the far sideline. Brought the ball in. Nice pass there. And, again, great job. Nice catch. And then put a move on the defender and got another.
Two out there, yeah.
Yeah, got another 8 to 10 yards out of the play. Great job. Nice pass there, but number 10 Asher Lawson again to number 16 Adrian Mears, and great job on the catch.
Oh, we're looking. Man open and flat once again. And that's going to bring up first and goal just a hair inside the 10-yard line.
And that's big Landon Graham, number 14, on the reception there for the Tigers. Again, nice pass there by Asher to Landon down at the inside the 10-yard line. First and goal for the Tigers there.
As you can see on your screen, we're approaching 6 minutes before halftime. Tigers trying to push this one out to 30. Got his man. And did he hold on to it? Yes, he did.
Nope, going to call it incomplete.
Oh, the sideline was celebrating. I was going with the sideline. Side official said no.
Ball was close to being picked off there as Asher was rolling out to his left, threw back across his body into the end zone. And Ridgeway player actually had a chance to intercept it, but the ball falls to the turf, falls incomplete, brings up second and goal from just inside the Roadrunner 10-yard line. And we've got a false start again against the Tigers. Got to back them up 5 yards. Coming up on that mid-quarter heat break as well. Should be getting the signal for the official here after they mark off the penalty against the Tigers.
Now, Brad, usually on passing plays in games like this where you've been running the ball and you've been so dominant running the ball, you finally start to pass it. Sometimes a receiver or a tight end will try to get a little half step too quick. Sometimes a lineman a little quick to jump because he wants to set his feet to block. So sometimes on those passing plays, and it just comes with experience because you're a little bit nervous and you kind of want to set your feet for that block, or you want to get that little extra half step for your route. And the best thing to do is just do it like you do it in practice. Well, 5 minutes, 55 seconds remain here in quarter number 2. And we're going to stop in the action. And Brad, so far, a lot of smiles for folks wearing the black and gold tonight.
Yeah, Heath, a lot to be happy about if you're a Tiger fan here. Tigers deep in Roadrunner territory looking for more. Again, another great crowd here as we look down out of the press box here. Look to the left, student section. Look to the right, see the band, parents and other spectators in the middle. Real quick, while we've got a break in the action, Heath, mental health is so very, very important. And if you need help managing yours, be sure to visit Hernando Psychiatry right here in town on Highway 51. Ethan Smitherman provides medication management, either in person or via telehealth across the state of Mississippi. Learn more at hernandopsychiatry.com. Again, hernandopsychiatry.com. KC and the Sunshine Band. Boogie Shoes plays out across the Tiger Stadium speakers here tonight.
Dan Barnett was rocking there a little bit. He was feeling the groove.
Another song from the 1900s. Those crazy 1900s.
I wonder if KC and the Sunshine Band, are they still playing? Are they still doing concerts here and there?
I could not tell you.
We'll check with the Google machine during halftime for that one.
We shall see. I'm going to say yes.
Pass complete. They're back to the original line of scrimmage. Stays in bound. The clock will run.
Yeah, again, another rollout to the left and throwback, not really across his body, with his body, but rolling in the same direction he's passing. And nice catch there by number 14, Landon Graham. Gets back, as you said, Heath, to the original line of scrimmage, brings up third down, 3rd and goal for the Tigers.
So 3rd and a long 10. And I don't know if they're going to keep it on the ground. Nope, they're going to go in the air. I was going to say, I don't know if they're going to keep it on the ground and try to go for it on 4th down, depending on the results. But now it's going to bring up 4th down. And here comes Will Austin jogging onto the field. So I believe we do know what that means.
Brings up 4th down.
Yeah, Tigers are going to line up in field goal formation here.
So just under 5 minutes, Tigers will have a chance to get the ball back and get another score before halftime.
Trying to look at the wind here. What little wind there is behind Will from out of the north end zone. Will's kicking down towards the south end zone.
And it's good. I believe that one ended up on the baseball field.
That one may have ended up on I-269, my man. That was just absolutely drilled. And again, he doesn't really, he's got a short follow through. It's a very compact foot swing that he's got there, and the ball just flies off of his foot. It's really amazing to watch, and he's just absolutely a thrill to watch kick a football. And as an admirer of special teams and the kicking game in particular, Heath, I love watching a guy who can just blast the ball like that.
Well, you just saw him on the screen a second ago. You saw the 3 guys from special teams that we've mentioned multiple times tonight. The kick by number 2, Will Usselton. The hold by number 13, Brady Clancy. And the snout from number 0, Jackson Weathers, is good. 26-0 here for the Tigers. And, you know, one thing that Coach McCann said, that this Ridgeway team was a powerhouse team in Memphis, won a lot of games. They won a state title just a couple of years ago. He said since COVID happened, their numbers for their football program have been way down. And also, there's also been a lot of recruiting in Memphis by the private schools, and also with Memphis City schools. You can go to other schools outside your district. So that all has been a hurt on the Roadrunners, and Ridgeway has had some problems just getting their numbers up. But you've had the same coach. He's been there. He's won state titles. He's won a ton of ball games. He's highly respected, not only in the Memphis area, but all across the region here in the Mid-South. And right now they just don't have the numbers. Brad, we look over there on the sideline, and I don't think they have about maybe 15, 16 players there on the sideline.
Yeah, they probably got at most 30 players on their team. I read an article, Heath, as you alluded to, on Coach Duron Sutton of Ridgeway, and it was shortly after the COVID era in the 2021 timeframe, and his program just absolutely got decimated by players leaving, and again, as you said, of course, Ridgeway High School there in East Memphis, right off of Ridgeway Road, right down the road from MUS, right around the corner from CBHS. A couple of the big powerhouses. We got an injury timeout on the field. We've got an injured Roadrunner down on the turf. But yeah, I mean, that's Ridgeway is certainly a proud program. They've put a lot of guys in college football over the years, again, if there's anybody who can get them back and return them to the glory days, it's going to be Duron Sutton. Again, as you said, he very well respected, very highly thought of in the area as a high school football coach.
Tough break for that young man right there.
Yeah, looks like he may have just gotten the wind knocked out of him. He's see movement down there, and just the way the coaches are looking at him, I believe he just got the wind knocked out of him, and now they're going to help him to his feet, and he's going to walk off under his own power. We don't have a complete roster for Ridgeway, but that's number 6. He's been involved on several plays tonight, and it just looks like he got his bell rung a little bit, maybe got the wind knocked out of him, and he's going to walk off under his own power, and that's great to see.
Well, Brad, I used my one free Google Pass of the day and pulled up Roadrunner Wally Cody fun facts.
Can't wait for this one, Heath.
Do you know what the E in Wile E. Coyote's name stands for?
Well, I didn't know it was Wile E, first of all. I always thought it was W-I-L-E-Y, Wiley. But I did not know it was Wile E. But, Heath, what does the E in Wile E. Coyote stand for?
Ethelbert. It was named after the description in Mark Twain's Roughing It.
Okay. If you say
don't
so.
Don't cross too many Ethelberts these days.
I do not. I had an uncle named Ethel. But you do not hear the name Ethelbert very often.
My mother and father graduated from Ethel High School.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Which is down there in Tala, Choctaw County, who we'll get a visit from here next week.
Dynamite drop in there, Heath. Absolutely. Again, Choctaw County Chargers coming into Hernando next week. Should be a great ball game. Hopefully you can join us. If not, hopefully you'll be along with us here on the live stream. Loss of 5 there for the Roadrunners. Hernando defense did a nice job there. Brings up 3rd down just inside 10 yards to go.
Oh, going deep. They wanted the big play. Flag, I believe this one's going to be on the Tigers, Brad.
Yeah, that's going to be either holding or pass interference. I believe it's holding is going to be the technical call there. It's going to be a 1st down regardless. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty or 15 depending on the result of the play. But to result in a Roadrunner 1st down regardless, and going to move the ball out across the 30-yard line. Clock ticking down here in the, well, not ticking, clock is stopped, but just under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter of play here tonight in Hernando. Got any other fun facts for us there on?
I was reading over some facts. I wouldn't say they're fun. I'm trying to find you a fun one. Let's see. The Wile E. Coyote only spoke once there in Looney Tunes, and it was in the episode Zip, Zip, Hooray. The only time he ever spoke.
Wow. Okay. I always thought he just used signs, hand-painted signs. Love the Coyote and the Roadrunner, by the way. I'm looking over at your Google machine there, Heath, and it says that the Roadrunner makes the beep beep sound. I can tell you that UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio, is the Roadrunners. They say meep meep with an M, and I think that's more what it is here. It's meep meep instead of beep beep. But anyway, open for debate.
What about Jeep Jeep? Give me the keys to the Jeep Jeep.
Can neither confirm nor deny that. I can confirm that 2-yard gain for the Roadrunners there brings up 2nd and 8.
I thought it was karaoke hour. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Either a short 8 or a long 9. You can decide for yourself at home. Working the flat out there.
Yeah, pass there intended for number 1 falls incomplete. Heath, how good do those gold and black uniforms look out there? Gold.
I was actually thinking that earlier during one of the water timeouts that the black and gold really said, I love those gold pants.
Yeah.
You know, and the stripes on the sleeve kind of remind you a little bit of the Steelers.
A little bit of the Steelers, yeah, absolutely.
If you're from Pittsburgh, it's the Stillers.
The Stillers, absolutely. If Yin's from Pittsburgh, it's the Stillers. Have a lot of co-workers that I work with from the Pittsburgh that are in Pittsburgh and the Pittsburgh area. Good folks up there.
Speaking of uniforms in Pittsburgh, I always thought University of Pitt had some dynamite uniforms.
Yeah, I like that they go back with the throwback script Pitt uniform, script Pitt helmet, and with that gold and kind of royal blue combination there. You know, there during the Larry Fitzgerald era, they kind of went to that navy and old gold or bronze look almost. But then here in the past few years, they've kind of gone back to that classic look. A lot of teams doing that, in fact, going back to that classic look that folks remember fondly. And big down for the Tigers here. 4th down for the Roadrunners. 8 yards to go, just inside or just outside their own 35-yard line.
Oh, there's the quick kick. Didn't see it coming. Oh, Brad. Some craziness happened.
Yeah, I believe that hit one of his own linemen. And not going to be a good result for the Roadrunners there. Only going to be about an 8-yard kick. Ball is going to be downed inside Roadrunner territory at the 48-yard line. Tigers take over. First down, 10 yards to go. Just under 3 minutes remaining in tonight's second.
I don't know if we can get a replay of that last play of that punt, but it just came off his foot funny. I don't know if it was a low kick in his defender, or if he just whiffed on it, or if it just went right off his toe, or did he kick it with his shin? Something happened on that kick.
Yeah, he didn't get.
We've had some entertaining kicks this year.
Yeah, did not get a good kickoff that time. And again, fortunate for the Tigers inside the Roadrunner territory. First down, 10 yards to go.
They're going to go through the air, Brad. Here we go. First down. Uh-oh. Picked off, and Roadrunners, this might be their most positive play of the night.
Yeah, that was number 11, Lacey Bedford, with the interception there of Asher Lawson. Intercepted on the far side of the field, brought back to the near side of the field, and Roadrunners are going to take back over at their own 49-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Nice interception there, nice return for the Roadrunners.
All right, here we go. So the Tigers were trying to get one more score before halftime. Now they got their work cut out for them. Timeouts will have to be used if you want to try to get one more score before half. Band warming up in the end zone. And here come the Roadrunners. So, Brad, what is it with all football teams at all levels? You get a turnover, you get a little positive energy, and it just seems like the offense starts clicking.
Yeah, Heath, momentum is a very, very real thing.
Big MO.
The big MO can easily be turned in your favor when you get a turnover. And again, as you said, Heath, quarterback Kylan Gibson there completes to number 2, Lamarius Summers, and takes the ball out into the right flat. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2. Coming up for the Roadrunners inside Tiger territory. 2.5 minutes remaining here in tonight's second quarter.
Trips to the left, one single receiver to the right, one man in the backfield to the right of the quarterback, and here come the Roadrunners. Trying to buy some time with his feet, completes the pass, gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a short loss. Let's bring it up third down. So big third down here, and Brad had stopped the clock. Well, I thought he stopped the clock. He waved his arms, but the clock is still rolling.
And now
That was down.
No, but now he's saying run it.
Yeah.
White Hat is saying run it. Heath, that was a great job by the Tiger defense there. That was going to be a screen pass to the back out of the backfield. And Tigers did a great job blowing it up, forcing number 3 quarterback Kylan Gibson to tuck the ball and try to run with it. Or actually got the pass off to the right flat and brings up third down.
Watch the D-line, getting some penetration there. Ooh, I believe he fell forward. It's going to depend on a left spot or a right spot. And Brad, I'm not questioning the integrity of any official, but I wouldn't be shocked if they gave him a left foot spot to keep the clock running and give him first down.
Yeah, and Tigers going to take a timeout here to stop the clock. And
they haven't stopped it, but there they go.
Yeah, I will say Anyway, it's going to bring up fourth down for the Roadrunners, and Coach Sutton on the far sideline expressing his displeasure with the head linesman on the far side. But result of the play is going to be 4th down and 1 for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, I don't believe they're talking about what they're going to wear to Sunday school, church on Sunday. That was a little bit of a heated exchange. One-sided, by the way.
You know what, Heath, I've never seen an official do, and that's say, you know what, you're right, I agree with you, I'm going to change my call. Never seen that once. Seen a million coaches go after an official. Not once have I ever seen an official say, you know what, Coach, I believe you, you're right, I was wrong, changing the call.
I could not remember
Not once.
the NCAA umpire, college baseball umpire, but told a story about the great Ron Polk. And he said there was a call. I was out in the field. I kicked the call. He said there was the base runner was stealing second base. He said he was safe. I called him out. It wasn't even close. I had the wrong call. He said Coach Polk's running out there. He's screaming for the dugout when he's sprinting out there. He goes, he gets to me, and I just turned around and said, he said, Coach Polk said his entire piece, and he said, Coach, I'm sorry, I missed that call. I kicked it. I missed that call. He said, Coach Polk stood there dumbfounded for about 8 seconds. He goes, well, we all make mistakes. I walked back to the dugout.
You know what, though? That's big of the umpire. You know, it happens. Of course, now they've got replay and, you know, at all levels it seems like, and that call would have been overturned. But you know what? It's one. You make a mistake, own up to it, and say, you know what, Coach, I kicked it. Most importantly, what you don't want to hear is you don't want to say, I'll make it up to you, right? You want them to just say,
Right.
look, I kicked it, but you don't want them to say, I'm going to make it up to you next time. But, yeah, that was big of that umpire. And just a great, Ron Polk, one of the great characters of the game, and well-respected coach for Mississippi State, for Georgia for a little while, and I believe even UAB. Is that right? Didn't he?
Was assistant at UAB.
Yeah.
Non-paid assistant. He just wanted to stay involved in the game. And coached at Georgia Southern,
Yeah.
Mississippi State, Georgia, back to Mississippi State, and then UAB. Another great story about Coach Polk, and this is funny, and you'll see this one pop up on social media from time to time, but the big no-no in baseball is you never argue balls and strikes. That gets you thrown out so quickly. It doesn't matter what age group. You do not argue balls and strikes. That's just a huge no-no. And Coach Polk thought he was being squeezed a little bit late in the game by the umpire, and he said something, and of course he got heaved, got thrown out of the game, and Coach Polk went out there and got his 2 cents worth and said his piece, and Coach Polk looked at the umpire and he goes, where do you want me to go? He goes, go where I can't see you. And he goes, how about home plate?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, I love stories like that. I love to see stories like that pop up. Quick comebacks and quips. So Roadrunners going forward on 4th down, and I don't think he got there.
No,
Heath. What a
nowhere
great
close.
surge
Nowhere close.
by the Tiger defensive line. They know it. Ridgeway knows it. The
Look at that
officials know it.
replay.
Right on the carry.
So
Bam.
Roadrunners going forward on 4th down, and I don't think he got there
Beautiful
either. What a
Just
great
beautiful.
surge
Absolutely.
nowhere
Number 25 was
by the
first one
Tiger
back
defensive
there.
line. They
And, of course, number 96, Colton Massey, was right there to clean it up.
Turnover on down.
Big Chris Pierce, who we've called his name three times tonight. Thanks again to our instant replay sponsor. Domino's is the instant replay sponsor for Tiger Athletics, exclusive provider of pizza for Tiger concession stands. Be sure to stop by Domino's or the concession stand tonight and grab a pizza. And again, thank you to Domino's for sponsoring our instant replays of Tiger football.
Brad, what's your favorite Domino's pizza?
They don't have it anymore, Heath. My wife and I were talking about this back during the COVID, back to COVID again. They had a cheeseburger pizza, and it had a mustard and ketchup base rather than tomato sauce. It was outstanding.
That does sound outstanding.
Yeah, they took it off the menu. I don't think you can get it anymore. Domino's, if you're listening, you got a fan out here who would love to have it back. I don't need it, but would love to have it back. Just that was my favorite pizza. But I'm a pretty Pizza is one of those things to me. As long as it's cooked right and it's not overdone, there's no bad pizza. Like
Yeah.
I'll even eat my veggies on pizza. So.
Oh, we got encroachment. That's a free first down.
Yeah, that's a couple of times that that hard count has worked on the Ridgeway defensive line. It's going to move the ball 5 yards into Roadrunner territory, and it'll result in a first down for the Tigers. What about you, Heath? What's your favorite Domino's pizza?
You know, I do like buffalo chicken pizza, but I think that Domino's does it better than anybody. There's other other pizza places that their buffalo chicken pizza is not that great. I will say, they knock it out of the park with their Hawaiian pizza. Yes, you can have pineapple on a pizza, and it is excellent.
Huge pineapple on pizza fan right here, my man. You don't have to sell me on it.
We got several votes in the press box already. We got other folks agreeing.
And I just realized that I'm hungry here. I wish I had one of those Domino's Hawaiian pizzas or cheeseburger pizzas or any pizza.
I wonder if they're ever going to bring back the Noid. You remember the Noid? Avoid the Noid.
Avoid the Noid. I do
Yeah.
remember.
What a great mascot. I wonder why they got rid of him.
It was
I'm sure.
Once again, Heath, it was the 1900s. It was a crazy time back then in the 1900s. There, nice pass there. Complete out in the right flat to number 19, Reed Sanders. First time we called his name tonight. Nice catch, pitch and catch there for the Tigers.
Reed's got a nice little Jumbotron video there, going between the legs like he's slamming the ball.
I tell you what, Heath, Tiger receiving corps is just a good-looking group of players there. I mean, they look the part. I say that all the time. I mean, it's one thing to look the part. You got to play the part. They play the part as well, but they're just built like wide receivers should be built.
He has got to be close to 200 yards. He has got to be close to 200 yards now.
Yeah, big Terrence Walton again on the carry there. Brings up second down. Clock ticking here. 1 minute to go in tonight's first half. Tigers on the move.
Good experience running their 2-minute offense right now. Oh, 2 receivers in the same spot. Oh, we got a little extracurricular activity after the play.
Well, Heath, we had a flag on the play. I think they're going to get Big Jackson Holloman for holding there based on the action that was going on during the play and where the flag was thrown. Pass was complete out in the left flat for the Tigers and ball taken down inside the 10-yard line. But it looks like this was going to come back for a penalty.
Big Ben coming in there making peacekeeper, breaking up the scuffle there. Yeah, and Brad, I'm not going to lie to you. If I saw Big Ben Barnett coming at me, I would just look at Big Ben and say, yes, sir.
Yeah. That is a large young man who means business. Well, the referees are going to talk about it here. I think they're going to talk about where the enforcement of the penalty is going to take place from. If it's holding behind the line, it's from the original line of scrimmage, and that's what it's going to be.
So give it up to Ben's character there. He could have came in and got chippy to defend his teammate, but came in and brought peace.
Well,
but he can bring anything he wants to in any room he walks in. So
yeah, one of my keys to the game tonight was keep your cool, and that was kind of a play on words because the heat is back certainly, and you want to make sure you stay hydrated and keep your cool. But games like this, kind of anticipated that this one might be a big Tiger lead early, and you want to play with composure, want to keep your cool.
Low snap, yeah. You definitely want to keep your cool. Pass falls incomplete. That will stop the clock at 31 seconds. There was a miscommunication there. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 12, Brad. And I wouldn't be shocked. I do expect the Tigers to keep throwing it, but I wouldn't be shocked if they snuck in a run right here. I know there's only 31 seconds left, but I wouldn't be shocked.
Well, this is actually just it's a great scenario. I'm sitting here thinking about this. It's 3rd and down and 12 yards to go. You've got a nice 26-0 lead, ball deep in your opponent's territory here. This is a good scenario situation here to maybe try something out or get your guys practice in a situation here. 3rd and long inside your opponent's territory.
Going for the money ball. And just miss, Brad. Just miss.
Yeah, just falls incomplete. And we've got a flag late now.
Helmet on the ground. Things have been getting chippy down there. Sadly, when you lose your helmet, you do have to sit out of play.
Well, it just depends. I wasn't watching, Heath, but if the opponent rips the helmet off, you don't have to come out. And I don't know what the flag is for here. We'll see.
We got another one.
Another flag? I don't.
That might be on the bench.
Yeah, I don't know what the second flag was for.
And so when someone's watching this video years from now and reliving high school memories, the players on the field, they're watching this game years from now, we can talk about the crazy start of the Cowboys-Eagles game to start the NFL season on Thursday night. The spitting back and forth. That was a little insane to start the season.
Well, there's no love lost between the Cowboys and Eagles. There's no love lost between the Eagles and anybody, quite frankly. That's, the legendary booing of Santa Claus in Philadelphia back in the 1900s.
Threw snowballs at him.
Threw snowballs at the man. I mean, what did he do? He's Santa Claus. Why are you going to throw the snowball at him? But, booed him and threw snowballs at him. And, Philadelphia, known for their fervor. They've got great fans. But, yeah, that was a weird start. Of course, an injury. You hate to see that start the season on the opening kickoff, and then of course, I don't know. That's a pretty gross thing to do, and you don't like to see grown men doing stuff like that. But it's Cowboys and Eagles, man. That's what you expect. You would expect anything less out of those.
No, I was actually expecting football.
Well, you got some of that too. Ended up being a pretty good game. All things considered, Eagles are defending champions, and Cowboys have had their troubles, but they looked the part last night, even without Micah Parsons.
All right, Brad, after the penalty, which is against the Roadrunners, it'll bring up an automatic first down. So Tigers got 4 plays in 25 seconds to make something happen here in the end zone. I expect to see 4 passes here.
Yeah, that's a good decision there by Asher Lawson to throw that ball away. Live to play another down. Don't turn the ball over there. You throw the ball away, clock stops, and you got the ball second down inside your opponent's 15. But just throw it in the front row and move on to the next play.
Yeah. The one thing I heard the great Peyton Manning say, punt is not a bad play. Early in his career, he thought it was a terrible play. And he goes, throwing the ball incomplete, throwing it in the stands, play another down, and even throwing it away to punt is not a bad play. And that was the one thing that he had to learn. Oh, he seamed it right there. Had a small window, got it, but fell incomplete. Ball got jarred out at the goal line on the hit. That was a beautiful play. Such a small window. You got that pass right in there.
I'm going to tell you what, Heath, Asher Lawson put some heat behind that ball there. That ball was on a rope and right in the hands of the receiver. Fortunately, jarred loose, as you said, and brings up 3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
And we're rolling out again. Got number 19 in the back of the end zone. Going to go underneath, and that might be trouble with the clock. And let's see what the Tigers are going to do here. They're going to let it wind down.
Going to burn a timeout there. Asher with a little dump down there to Miles Bryant, number 21.
The Utah shovel pass, Brad.
Yeah, that's what that was.
All right. Well, check into the ball game once again. He's actually been out there most of the night. Number 0, Jackson Weathers. He's moved to center. He'll snap this ball. He'll snap it to number 13, Brady Clancy. And we'll wait on the foot of the deuce, Will Usselton. So a little shocked that the Tigers kept 6 seconds on the board. Thought they might bring it down inside 3 seconds. So there would be another play here in the half. Let's see if we get some home cooking with the clock and they just run it all the way through. And they haven't made the signal yet. Now he did. They're going to leave 2 seconds on the clock.
Yeah. Well, great kick as always. Great job by the Tiger kicking unit there. And Will knocks it through. Brings the score 29-0. Again, 2 seconds remaining here in tonight's first half. All Tigers here.
All right. Well, Brad, if coaches agree, I believe it's anything over 28 points. If they agree at the beginning of the game with running clock, we do not know what that decision was. We don't know if there will be a running clock in the second half or not. But we are now in the territory anything above 28 points.
Yeah, again, both coaches have to agree on it, so we'll see. Let's hope we get there. Let's not take it for granted that we're going to get there. Let's hope we get there, and then we'll see what the decision was from there.
Well, we'll thank some sponsors here as we go to halftime, and Brad and I will leave you with some halftime entertainment, and we'll get to watch the band get ready to do their performance, and we'll get ready for second half football. And here's the kick. Nice kick, about 5 yards deep, 6 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback. And so now there will be one more play. Thought we might see a squib kick so we could run out the half, but we'll have to have one full play.
Heath,
right
I'll
here.
be honest with you, man. I don't know that Will can squib kick it. Again, he just barely swings his leg and the ball just flies. Now, he does have, I'm looking off to the north end zone. The flag's on the goalpost of the north end zone. Wind has picked up out of the north a little bit. And wind behind him, he certainly doesn't need the wind behind him to put the ball in the end zone on a kickoff. Again, going to get one play here. And I want to make sure you keep your, if you're the Tiger defender, keep your man in front of you, deep as their deepest, as they say, and take this thing to halftime.
Oh, we get some action here on the last play. Falls on it, stays out of the end zone. That will kill the stats. That will kill your rushing stats, Brad.
A little
All
bit
right.
shaky end of the first half for the Roadrunners.
Well, right now, the score here at halftime, Hernando 29, the Roadrunners of Ridgeway, no score.
And folks, before we go to halftime break, want to thank our sponsors with Skylake Construction and Realty. If you're looking for a place to call home, just across the street in Delta Landing, Skylake Construction offers a 55-plus active community townhomes, flats for lease, and single-family homes. Something for every lifestyle. Visit SkylakeConstruction.com or call Dalton Graham with Skylake Realty at 662-812-1165. Again, thank you to Skylake Construction and Realty.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Brad Bush and myself, we're going to take a short little break, and we're going to leave you with the Pride of Hernando. We'll watch the Hernando High School marching band as they prepare to bring home yet another 7A state title. They've had multiple state titles in years past, and we will watch the band to see what they have in store for us. And with that, we will join you here in the third quarter, in the second half, here in a few moments. Enjoy your halftime entertainment. You're watching Hernando High School football. We'll be back.
Introducing Domino's first ever stuffed crust pizza. It's our buttery tasting dough with melty cheese made from 100% real mozzarella stuffed into every bite of crust, baked to golden perfection and finished with our signature garlic seasoning and a sprinkling of real Parmesan. It's cheese on cheese on cheese. Try Domino's first ever stuffed crust pizza tonight.
Ice cream, and so much more. Help support the Football Booster Club on the visitor side concession stands. And for all your Tiger gear needs, visit the Sports of All Sorts kit. Thank you to all our sponsors that make our Friday Night Lights great. Go Tigers! Go Hernando!
that? My glorious King. That's good, right? Go over there. So they're complaining about us being shaky. There ain't no way it cannot be shaky. It's that in the wind. Because it was
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on the campus of the new Hernando High School for second half action. Second home game of the season. Tigers took a 29-0 lead into halftime. And we're getting ready to get things started here in the second half. Brad, some takeaways that you saw and your keys to the victory earlier tonight that you saw from the Tigers.
Well, one of them was keep your cool, and again, a couple of personal foul calls in the first half there. You want to clean those up. Keep your composure. You've got a big lead here, likely going to be a running clock situation here in the second half. You're going to get a lot of guys out there who don't get a lot of, may not get as much playing time as some others, and they're going to want to take every opportunity they can to show that they belong out there, and you want to make sure you keep your cool. And you got frustration mounting on the other side likely. So, that was one thing you want to clean up. And as I mentioned before we went to half, I'm sure that was a focal point for Coach McCann in the locker room at halftime. And, you want to get ready, keep everybody from, injury-free. Let's get through tonight's second half. We got a big game coming up next week. Again, Choctaw County comes into town ranked third, defending 3A state champions, ranked third in 3A football. Small school out of Ackerman, but a good team, and should be a good game next Friday night.
Good program, traditionally a good program.
Yeah, a lot of, they took a couple of schools and they closed Ackerman High School, and I can't remember where. I believe Ackerman and Ware. They combined into Choctaw County into one.
Both of those were powerhouses.
DeCenzo Miller, Dennis McKinley, a couple of guys that played for Mississippi State. Again, Ware is on Highway 12 between Durant, which is right there at I-55, where Highway 12 crosses I-55. It's between Durant and Starkville on Highway 12. A couple of great football programs. Again, a couple of great guys that played for Mississippi State out of Ware. And Ackerman had a couple of good players throughout the years, but combine those two schools into one school, and they'll be coming to town, Tiger Stadium here next Friday night, 7 o'clock. Hope you can join us here in the stadium, or if not, here on the live stream.
And some of you might be asking, where is Ware, Mississippi? It's 28 miles east of West Mississippi.
That's what they say. Where is where? It's 28 miles east of West.
That is correct. So the kickoff goes inside the 10-yard line, filled at about the 8.5. Gets a small little return.
Ambush of Tigers on the tackle there.
An ambush of Tigers.
So Ridgeway's going to start the second half tonight at their own 20-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the Roadrunners from that spot.
So the race of Roadrunners are in the huddle, getting ready to have the first snap of the second half.
From the 20-yard line.
We are nothing if not educational here on the Hernando Tiger Sports Network. Hope we've made your
dreams come true.
Made your dreams come true. Your day a little better, your night a little brighter, and glad to have you along here for Tiger football.
So it was a race, and what was the other word for it?
A marathon or a race of Roadrunners, and an ambush or a streak of Tigers.
Wow, that was a big pop right there.
Yeah, good. That was big. Number 96, Colton Massey, back in the offensive backfield there. Busted through the line of scrimmage, brought the runner down 1 yard.
Had a good night.
Yeah, Colton has had a good night. He is a space eater there in the middle. That is a large young man, strong young man, surprisingly fast. And he's got a lot of great skills from his nose tackle position there. It's just a huge defensive line. Big 0, Jackson Weathers, 96, Colton Massey. and number 7, Scooter Rayburn. And then they'll walk up number 6, Caleb. I mean, how would you like to be an opposing quarterback and staring those 4 guys in the face, Heath? I mean, that's
not fun.
Not fun. Not my idea of a fun Friday evening. So it looks like Jackson Weathers is going to come, and number 57, Josh Stiles, slides in his place here. We'll see what Josh can do.
Oh, breaking 3, flushed him from the pocket. And there should not be a flag there. There is not. That was a clean play. Give credit to the Tigers. First play, they're in the backfield. Second play, they are sharp. They came out. You know, it was a little lackadaisical there at the end of the first half. It was on both sides for both teams. Tigers right there, just really on top of it.
Yeah, that was number 22, JoJo Newberry. Just an outstanding time play. You know, a lot of times what you'll see, Heath, there is you'll see the guy reach in with that right hand and knock the ball away, but he'll wrap with that left hand. And JoJo did a great job there not wrapping.
Look at the sideline of the Tigers, and then look across the field to the sideline of Roadrunners.
Yeah, a lot of big discrepancy again. Well documented the problems that Ridgeway's had.
Yeah, look at that right there.
Filling out their sideline, but
that is quite the ambush.
That is an ambush of Tigers, a large ambush of Tigers, and again, just great looking uniforms. And those gold pants really pop with these new lights in the stadium here, and just a good looking uniform combination. Like the Tiger logo on one side and the number on the other. That's only been recent that they've been allowed to do that. That you have a matching or a mismatched logo on one side or the other. But it's kind of all the rage now at all levels of football.
Brad, I do believe I hear the tunes of one CNC Music Factory.
You are correct, sir. Again, another 1900 song. I'm going to call that 1990.
I was guessing 91, but guess what?
Everybody clap your hands.
You are correct, sir.
1990. CNC Music Factory put out a couple of great dance tunes.
Speaking of early 90s musicians, did you see the national anthem last night for the first NFL game of the season, Thursday Night Football with the Cowboys and Eagles?
I did not catch the beginning of the game, the pregame.
I'll give you one guess, and I'm pretty sure you're going to get it. Long pass, almost intercepted. Late flags coming in. I do not see what happened there. That was not necessarily a catchable ball.
I got to wonder, there wasn't a lot of contact on the actual reception. I got to wonder if maybe JoJo Newberry reached out and grabbed the wide receiver on a cut or something. They're going to call defensive holding against the Tigers here. It'll be 10 yards and an automatic first down. Heath hit me with my hint for the evening.
They are from Philadelphia, and I got a feeling with your vast and great musical knowledge that you will immediately have one group that will pop into your mind, and you'll know who it is.
If it's Philadelphia, it's got to be Motown Philly, and it's got to be Boyz II Men.
You are correct.
I did not catch them. Heath, do you remember back in the 90s they were on an award show, and for no good reason, they wore maroon jackets and Mississippi State hats.
I actually do remember that.
Yeah,
that was it was on MTV.
Yeah, I believe it might have been the MTV Music Awards.
It was.
They were performing, and for no reason, they'd never performed in Starkville, not to ever have been to Starkville, Mississippi, that I know of.
They probably can't point Mississippi out on a map.
But they had on the classic interlocked MS baseball cap. Each of them had a hat on with the maroon blazers some 30 years ago, 1995. Flag on the play, going to be a delay game against the Roadrunners here.
I'm using, I'm not using the math that you think. I'm using Common Core math because I turned 21 this year, and I do remember that. Well, Brad, lots of penalties here. Things are getting a little sloppy. Hopefully we can get things going. 3rd and long situation for the Roadrunners. Brad is bringing up that picture of Boyz II Men.
Heath, I was off one year with the 1994 MTV Music Awards.
Wow. That usually happens in the spring, if I'm not mistaken. Or it used to be in the spring.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but 31 years ago, regardless. Going to bring up fourth down for the Roadrunners here. 4th and 10 yards to go from their own 20-yard line. Nothing doing for the Roadrunners on this possession. Tiger defense looking good out there.
Now, there was 4 members of Boys to Men. Now they're down to 3. Someone left the group. I can't remember who. If I had multiple choice, I might get the gentleman of Boys to Men, but I can't tell you who left and who stayed. And, yeah, I might not even get them right at all.
A couple of them were brothers, if I believe. Sean and I can't remember the other one, but I believe 2 of the members of the group were related, were siblings, and then a couple other friends, and formed a group and started singing and said it sounded cool. Started a group, and there they were, bringing it just for you.
Well, the quick kick by the Roadrunners. And Tigers field it, get across midfield. That's where they'll start their first possession here of the second half with a lead of 29-0. Brad, I believe the Roadrunners, have they crossed mid? I think they crossed midfield once tonight. I think they had the big pass play that crossed midfield.
Yeah, once or twice they've crossed midfield and haven't really had a deep drive down into Tiger territory, but yeah, the Tiger defense has done a great job tonight, really suffocating the Roadrunner offense and keeping them at bay. And Tigers take over inside Roadrunner territory at the 49-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, when we talked to Coach McCann earlier today, we asked him to give us one word that describes this offensive line. He said progressing, and he said it with a smile on his face. He said these guys have been working hard, but he's like, got to get low and attack. And so he's been very big on this offensive line. And, Brad, they have done an excellent job. When you have a guy that run for close to 200 yards in the first half, your offensive line is doing amazing.
Yeah, they're opening holes here. And here's a end around from that wingback formation.
And one man to beat. He's got the angle. And, Brad, it is yet another Tiger touchdown.
Yeah, we called out that wingback formation earlier tonight. That was number 32 Cooper Langford around the left side of the defense. Made one man miss at around the 25-yard line and then untouched into the end zone from there for the Tiger touchdown from 49 yards out.
Tigers really came out here in the second half, just really getting after it on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I'm sure, again, a little bit of sloppiness there towards the end of the first half, and I'm sure that will drive a coach like Coach McCann crazy, and I'm sure he had some solid advice, let's put it that way, for his team at halftime, and I'm sure it revolved around staying focused, keeping your composure, and executing, and no mental mistakes. Control what you can control, and be the best team that you can be.
Another thing when we asked Coach McCann is, what are some of your concerns after last week's game? And he said they weren't tested in some spots, hoping to get tested in more spots tonight. He said Ridgeway here, they have good size. Overton has bigger guys. And so he said Overton had bigger guys. Ridgeway, not as big. But he said Ridgeway really improved tremendously after their first 2 games. And he was concerned about their big playability tonight. Tigers have really answered that, especially here in the second half. We've only seen one, down a defense here, one series of defense from the Tigers. But, Brad, they were very intent, coming hard with everything.
Well, 36-0 Tigers lead here in tonight's third quarter. Imagine at this point you'll start seeing a running clock in the second half here. Tigers look to have this one easily at hand. And, again, you want to get some guys out there, get some reps, some valuable reps, because it doesn't matter the competition. You cannot simulate, you cannot replicate live game action in practice. And so you want to get some guys out there, get some reps, some guys that may have to play later on due to injuries, guys that are going to be your nucleus for next season. You want to get them as much practice and as much real playing time as you can.
Coach McCann also talked about, I said, what were the good things you took away from last week? He said, came out, took care of business, kicked it well, covered kicks really well. Said we started fast, played good up front, played with better fundamentals than in the Jamboree. So you like to think, and looking here with our amateur eye, Brad, that looks a little bit cleaner this week. And it looked great last week. Tigers looked really good last week. I think this week they look a little bit better, and that's what you want from week 1 to week 2. You always hear the proverbial, you get the most improved between week 1 and week 2. But I think you really do see it here with the Tigers. Wow, 2 receivers in the area for the Roadrunners, and one teammate wasn't trying to play defense, but he stopped his teammate from catching the ball to bring up second down.
Yeah, Heath, as we were talking about, I'm looking out there now, and I'm seeing a bunch of guys, a bunch of new numbers out there, and looks like Coach McCann has put his second string in there, get some guys some reps. Looks like at one corner we've got Elijah Perry and JoJo Newberry still in the game at the other corner. But certainly that defensive line and linebacking core is turned over now and getting some guys some valuable reps.
Well, they're going for that big play, which they're known to do. The pass does fall incomplete, almost complete, but does fall incomplete. When we were talking to Coach McCann, he said one thing that kind of caught my attention. And, I see a late flag here on the field, Brad. Late flag over there around the 15-yard line.
Got to be a late hit if I had to bet there. I actually see 2. I see a flag at the line of scrimmage and one in the backfield there. We'll see what the call.
He's backing the Tigers up. Good call. So one thing that Coach McCann said, he said, the one thing we wanted to do early last week is the same thing we wanted to do early in tonight's game, and it's run the ball consistently. And, man, have they done that. Well over 200 yards there in the first half. He said this offense, for this offense to work, you got to make it work, and it starts with the ground game. And it is the key for this team all season is to run that ball consistently and early.
Yeah, and they absolutely did that tonight. And again, as we reach the under the 6-minute halfway mark, the water timeout tonight's game. Again, Tigers up 36-0. Game well in hand here, and again, Tigers getting some valuable reps for some backup players.
Yeah, and he talked about his defense this week in practice. He talked about what he worked on and what they concentrated most on. And there's Coach McCann there at the bottom of your screen. But he said sound blocking, fundamentally filling the gaps, worked on calls and coverages. So we're starting to see that with this younger group. There's starting to be more and more substitutions. He said last week there was holes in coverage and too big of cushion on the snap. He said they definitely wanted to clean that up this week, but he was a little bit worried about that, about big play offense. You play a little too close, it's easy to get that receiver behind him. But he talked about that. He said they will be tested in the air tonight, and they have. We just saw it on that last play. But he said the most important thing was assignments and alignments. And Tigers have looked good, especially here at the start of the second half. And Brad, we've played 2.5 quarters of football, and nice big goose egg up there for the Roadrunners. So I'd say this defense is doing quite well.
Yeah, and haven't really had a lot of deep threats by the Roadrunners. Again, they've only been across midfield a couple of times tonight. Credit to the Tiger defense for that. Really played well tonight and done what they needed to do. And again, we'll see if this second string defense here can keep up what the first string started with. Again, some good penetration here, pressure on the quarterback.
Ooh, that might be a grounding call.
Yeah, they're going to look to see, and that's going to be another. That's going to be the third.
He's reaching and he's thinking.
Let's see here.
But the clock is still running, and he shook his head. So,
they're going to say that his arm was hit as he was passing the ball, and that's what caused the ball to come up short of the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be just an incomplete pass. Second down, 10 yards to go.
Props to the officials. They communicated that somewhat quickly, and made it kind of clear and concise. So, again, officials never get, like the long snapper, they never get any love until they make a wrong call or miss something.
Yeah, that was a good teamwork there by the head linesman in the white hat to get that call right. I think they made the right call there. Quarterback's arm was going forward and was now we have a delay game against the Roadrunners here. So we're going to back them up 5 yards. It's still going to be second down. But, yeah, Heath, your earlier point, the referees did a great job of getting together there and making the right call, and, taking their time and getting the right call on the field.
One thing that caught me off guard is Coach McCann, although that this Ridgeway team lost to Overton, and the Tigers beat Overton last week. Coach McCann thought this Ridgeway team would be better than Overton. This is their third game of the season. And, usually things are starting to click by the end. But he said that Ridgeway was going to be bigger up front, but a lot of inexperience, a lot of young guys on this Ridgeway team. He said, but his concerns was that and getting after them. He said that, we talked about this in the first half. He said these are high school boys. They know the score of that game. They know what happened between Overton and Ridgeway. And he said, it's kind of hard to get through their head sometimes. Like, you cannot come out here relaxed. They have it definitely here in the second half.
Yeah, they've been focused here and done a great job of coming out and imposing their will here to start the third quarter.
And there you go, taking another deep shot down the field. And
For number 10 is incomplete.
again, from our meeting,
Brings up fourth down.
Coach did tell us they like the big play. They have big play potential. They like to strike quick. We've seen that a couple of times tonight, but it has been hugely inconsistent, and that goes back to their young and inexperienced players.
Yeah, Heath, what you're talking about there is what they call chunk plays, and they certainly do go for the big hitters. A lot of everything's out of the shotgun to give the quarterback more time, and it looks like we're going to have a punt formation here.
There's the fake. Just like he said, they would run the fake out of it. It would have been best to bat that ball down. But you know what? You can't get a pick six if you don't try, right?
Yep. And that was for the Tigers, number 16, Adrian Mears on the interception there. Intercepted the ball. We do have a flag on the play back
but you
where
know
the
what?
interception
You can't get a
occurred.
pick
I don't know
six
what
if you don't
the
try, right?
what the call is going to be
And
here,
that
but
was
again,
for the
around the
Tigers,
neighborhood
number
of the
16.
48-yard line on the opposite side of the field, there is a flag. Again, number
Surely
16.
they're not going to call pass interference.
I don't think that was pass interference. I think that might have been targeting against the Tigers, quite honestly. After Adrian made the interception there, I didn't see who it was, but a Tiger player came in and delivered a big hit up high, and have to wonder if they're not going to get a Tiger for targeting here.
Well, the running clock here in the second half is going down. Let's see the official's word here. The white hat standing at the 40-yard line as he made his call. There we go, personal foul.
Okay. Well, he didn't call targeting, so that's good. I'm not sure what the personal foul was. I'm not sure if it was behind the play or what the.
Well, it was definitely after the interception because the offense is on the field.
Oh yeah, and I think it's definitely after the change of possession here. So it's going to be Tiger football. It all depends at this point on where the ball is going to be spotted. My guess is, they're going to put it 15 yards from the end of the run. So that actually is going to benefit the Tigers. And Coach Steve McCann is going to take a timeout here. And I'm not sure if he wants to talk to the official or if he wants to talk to his football team here. But he's going to talk to his team here. And my guess is this is going to be about keeping your composure. And he's going to let his assistants talk to the team here. That's a sign of a great head coach.
It is.
When you let your assistant coaches, talk to their group. And I guarantee you what they're talking about right now is maintaining composure, keeping your heads about you, playing good, clean football, and, trying to avoid penalties and things that you can control.
I was looking over notes from last year, from the first game and last week's game. And he was talking about the 2024 senior class, not the 25 senior class, or the seniors from last year's team, I should say. The 25 seniors. These will be the 26 seniors this year. But he was talking about the 25 seniors that, there's not many players, there's not many playmakers, but they were great leaders. They knew how to do things. They were very technical. They were great at encouraging. Last year's team was such a young team, Brad, and coaches and everything, a new offensive system. So here's year number 2 of that system, and things are looking better, and things are starting to click a little bit. And you got all those guys that were sophomores last year are juniors this year, and so you've got a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps on this Tiger team. And although they took their lumps and bumps last year, they're starting this 2025 season off tremendously well.
Yeah, and we got some second string backup players in, and Heath, they ended up backing that ball all the way up to the Tiger 38-yard line. Originally they spotted the ball at the Ridgeway 45-yard line, and then they went ahead and backed it on up, and Did a great job. Tigers did a great job there on first down, getting the ball back to midfield. First down, 10 yards to go from the center of the field there. Again, we'll get some updated participants here. And Chase Gapin, then number 8 in at quarterback now for the Tigers.
Chase played in Haifa for many years. Getting a shot now to do his thing here at Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, and that's the second run in a row there for number 38, Dallas Wooten, out of the backfield. Dallas had a big touchdown last week in the Overton game. And a couple of good runs here on his first touches of the ball tonight here in the second half. And picked up a first down on the play before and 5-yard gain there. And Tigers have the ball outside the Ridgeway 45-yard line.
Are they going to get this snap off? I think they might. They sure did. So here we go. That'll be the last play of the third quarter. And it's going to be a second and short when we go into quarter number 4. So, ladies and gentlemen, 3 quarters down, 1 to go in game number 2 of the season. Your Hernando Tigers, 36. The Roadrunners of Ridgeway, no score.
Heath, while we've got a break in the action, I want to thank a couple of sponsors. Wound management specialists are dedicated to helping patients heal faster and live healthier lives. With expert providers, advanced treatments, and compassionate care, they specialize in wound healing in every setting, including clinics, hospitals, nursing homes, or even in the comfort of your own home. Their mission is simple: deliver better care everywhere. If you or someone you love is struggling with a wound that won't heal, be sure to contact Wound Management Specialists today and take that first step towards healing. Wound Management Specialists deliver better care everywhere. We also want to thank Community Bank. At Community Bank, they believe their success lies in their continued commitment to community and upholding the same small-town values that they were founded on. They're relationship bankers. And whether you are trying to grow your business, grow your savings for your future, or building your dream home for your family, they're committed to helping you achieve those goals. Community Bank, committed to our community. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, you know, last week the Tigers, Brett, if you had to guess how many pass attempts the Tigers had in last week's game, from that huge lopsided score, 40-whatever to nothing, how many pass attempts do you think the Tigers had last week?
Well, Heath, what did you say? Only 26 offensive snaps for the
Correct.
offense? I'm going to say 6.
5. Very close.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't many, and again, not that many offensive snaps last week. Again, really kind of cuts down on the amount of snaps that you can get both on offense and defense when you have that running clock, as we have again here tonight. We had one last week in the second half, and really cuts down on the opportunities. You know, it's the right thing to do. It's the best thing for both coaches. Both coaches have to agree with it. But it does cut down on the opportunity for some of these guys to get valuable snaps and valuable stats, especially for guys who are trying to get noticed to play at the next level. So,
Tigers attempted 5 passes last week, completed 3 of them. They wanted to throw it more tonight. We saw that toward the end of the second half. Lots of passing in that second quarter for the Tigers, but they wanted to establish the run early and then spread the ball around. Everything the Tigers have planned for has happened. Even the fake punt, they expected that out of punt formation and not during the quick kick. So Tigers have been scouting hard and heavy and have been hitting on all cylinders so far this season.
yeah, that was a run there by number 38, Dallas Wooten. Again, nice defense there. But number 8, Jeffrey Oliver, number 14, Shamar Armstrong for the Roadrunners, caught Dallas for a loss there, brought him down at the original line of scrimmage, second down, and I'm sorry, that was first down. I brought him down at the line of scrimmage, second down and 10. The previous play, you saw number 11, Jack Wilkie, get a carry out of that wingback formation, wingback spot on the field.
Jack Wilkie started playing football at a young age, stopped. Great baseball player, member of the baseball team. Came back to football, has really excelled. Has really gotten tough over the last few years, so it got tremendous speed. So watch Jack Wilkie, name to know in the years to come here for the Tigers. Just a sophomore, Brad.
And once again, Tigers go with that hard snap count and get the Ridgeway defensive line being a little too eager and aggressive there. It's going to be encroachment. That's going to be a result of the play. It's going to be a first down for the Tigers there.
Everybody clap your hands.
Well, I don't think Chris Gapin has attempted a pass yet. They've been keeping it on the ground. Maybe he'll get to throw one here in a minute. It may not be on this drive, Brad. Tigers are running at will and running downhill fast.
43, Caden Maxwell on the carry for the Tigers.
Yeah, that was number 43, Caden Maxwell, his first time to carry the football tonight.
Caden got in the end zone last week. I do believe Caden is a freshman.
Good looking running back there. Good size. And nice run there down inside the 10-yard line. First and goal for the Tigers.
The freshman and JV team, Brad, got a win against Lake Comrat this past Tuesday. They usually play on Monday night, but due to the holiday, the game got moved to Tuesday. Nice little crowd out for that game. It went 7-6. That's 2 years in a row. Defeated Lake Comrat. Tigers now inside the 5-yard line.
And again, Caden Maxwell on the carry for the Tigers there. Takes the ball inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. Second and goal for the Tigers from there.
Second down and goal from the 5.
And looks like they're going to run number 38, Dallas Wooten, back out there now. And see what Dallas probably can do here.
Taking the ball up the middle, following that line of blockers, falls forward, and did he make it in? They're saying he's down. Wow. Brad, he has got to be within inches.
Yeah, Heath, we don't
whisper of the end zone.
We are on the north end of the press box, which means we are farther from, we are on the opposite side of the 50-yard line from that end zone. But it looked to me from here that he got in not once but twice. It looked like the ball did come loose. He did manage to fall on it.
And here we go. Got met at the goal line. So now we'll bring up a 4th down situation.
Yeah, interesting there. Wasn't able to punch the ball in, and we'll see what Coach
Maxwell checking back into the ball game.
See what Coach Steve McCann elects to do here. Again, this is a good opportunity for a situational, scenario-based play calling, and a good opportunity to get real live game experience in a 4th and very short and goal situation here.
Here we go. Caden Maxwell hit in the backfield and gets stopped just short of the goal line. And so, Brad, for the first time tonight, turnover on downs for the Tigers. They're inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, wasn't Tigers not able to punch the ball in there. Great stand by the Roadrunner defense there, and a lot of pride in that team across the way there. And Coach Deron Sutton, something to be proud of there. His guys hold firm and don't give up the touchdown. Take over on downs inside their own 5-yard line.
Dance team showing off their skills. Brad, I believe you have similar dance moves.
I was going to try to come up with something witty there, but folks, that's a 100% lie.
An alternative fact.
I can chair dance with the best of them. But don't make me. You don't want to see me
from the '80s. You're a hand dancer.
Yeah, I not going to get up and show anybody my moves anytime soon. There are no moves to show.
I can't remember where I was this summer. That Tiffany video came up. I can't even remember the song. I need multiple choice again.
The one where she's in the mall?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
so much hand dancing. I don't think she can dance. And she would throw her hair and do hand dancing. That's all she did. Never busted a move. Feel free to go back and watch that one.
I'm probably not going to, but.
Well, we learned last week that you haven't seen the movie Wolverine. We need to work on that before the end of the season, Brad.
No, it was Red Dawn.
Red Dawn, that's right.
Red Dawn. I haven't seen Wolverine either, but it was Red Dawn specifically we were talking about last week.
Yes.
Have not seen that. Have not seen Red Dawn. I've not seen a lot of movies. I tend to watch the same 4 or 5 movies on rotation. Usually it's got Adam Sandler in it, but.
And your thoughts on the new Happy Gilmore movie?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you're killing me.
I haven't seen it. I can quote dialogue from the original one, but I've not yet seen Happy Gilmore 2. Not out of any objection to seeing it, just hadn't had a chance to sit down and watch it yet, so may have to do that.
Instagram video. I believe there's 84 cameos, and
Yeah,
Happy Gilmore too.
I've heard it's cameo heavy and a lot of callbacks to the original, which is great, right?
Yes.
You know, a lot of times you get these movies that do these reboots and sequels, and they try to do too much with it. You know, just stick with what was funny the first time, right? Yeah.
Looks like we're having a small earthquake on the field with our camera. So, oh, there we go. Well, maybe not. You know, watching it, talking to some people, hearing from some teenagers, and it shocked me when I heard them say, John Daly really made the movie. So, yeah, Happy Gilmore too.
I'll have to check it out. Spoiler alert. John Daly makes the movie, so good to know. I remember the first time I ever saw or heard of John Daly. He was playing on a sponsor's exemption. This was before he won the PGA in 1991. But he was playing on a sponsor's exemption, and the first year of the tournament was the Memphis tournament was held out at TPC Southwind, and he was 3 under through the first 4 holes, and I picked him up at 5T, in which he promptly triple bogeyed. John never did play very well in Memphis, and for some reason he had all the talent in the world.
Just lived here for a while.
Lived here for good long while, and just a lot of demons here and a lot of distractions here, and never did play well in the Memphis tournament.
Hey, give the Roadrunners some credit there. He took a hit to the face, stood in there, made that hit, completed the pass. That was very, very courageous. Give him props there. It's 36-0. He could easily take the easy way out on that.
Yeah,
he stood in there and took a hit and completed it.
Great reception, too. Kind of a tiptoe out on the sideline. Result of the play is a first down, and Ridgeway has the ball out of the shadows of its own goal line, and looking to put something together here late in the game. Clock running here in the fourth quarter.
Ridgeway's got some nice uniforms. They remind me of the Syracuse uniforms.
Yeah, they've got the Syracuse color, and then the R for Ridgeway on the helmet kind of looks like the Rutgers logo. The Rutgers R a little bit there. But
the State University of New Jersey of Rutgers, and then, of course, Syracuse there in New York.
Yeah, upstate New York.
Bob Costas, the great announcer, graduated from Syracuse.
Big broadcasting between Mizzou and Syracuse. A lot of the folks that you hear on ESPN and other sports broadcasting networks graduated from Mizzou or from Syracuse. Syracuse has a fantastic sports broadcasting department.
Yes, absolutely.
Look at that footwork by Bill.
And pass falls incomplete again. Running clock here late in the game. Fourth quarter play. Tigers lead 36-0. Been all Tigers from the onset. Scored early, scored often.
Syracuse has the 11 a.m. kickoff tomorrow. Playing UConn.
Of course, Syracuse dropped week 1 contest to Tennessee.
Yeah, Syracuse lost so much from last year's team, and that was big kids beat up on little kids. The Tennessee game over in Atlanta. Not much of a game.
Is the former Mississippi State quarterback still in Syracuse? Garrett Schrader, is he still?
I think he finished up his eligibility
Did he
a year or
finish
so
up?
ago.
Okay.
Oh, look, a strip right there by the Tigers.
That's right, because I believe Schrader started at Charlotte, I believe, and then went to Mississippi State from there, or maybe he was from the Charlotte area. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe he was from the Charlotte area, came to State, started as a true freshman.
Yeah.
And then went out the door.
Transferred to.
After 1 year, the late Mike Leach. Came under Joe Moorhead. And Joe is now coaching at, is it Akron?
I believe so,
Yeah, the Zips of Akron.
Yeah.
Which is a kangaroo.
Yes, it is.
Well, here's the quick kick. They're going to let it bounce. Got to teach those younger guys, don't even get close to that. Red, red, red. Get away, get away. Peter, Peter, Peter.
Well, we'll see how Coach Steve McCann opts to finish out the contest here. Tigers going to take over. My guess is you're going to see some backups definitely take the field here. And my guess is you're going to see a pretty conservative play calling here. Of course, Coach Steve McCann doesn't want to run the score up here. And my guess is you're going to see some pretty vanilla conservative play calling to finish out the game here. Again, just under 2 minutes left. Running clock here in the fourth quarter.
Why is that?
Oh, Chase gaped it on a busted play, it looks like. Takes the ball around. Looks like a quick snap.
Direct snap to number 8.
Yeah, it looked like everybody but the center and quarterback were on a different page, but all it takes is nobody else has to move. The only guy that has to move is the center. And as long as he's the first one to move, it's a legal play.
Right in the middle of the field. Positive yardage. Brett, I can't wait to see the stats after the game. I got a feeling the Tigers are flirting, if not have crushed the 400-yard mark of rushing.
Well, we know Terrence Walton had to have close to 200 on his own. And looks like we're going to have a personal foul call against Hernando here. Going to be on one of the offensive linemen, and that's not going to make Coach McCann happy there. Again, we want to finish this out and finish it out with a nice clean gain here. And late penalties, especially ones that can easily be avoided, are really going to be a bother to Coach McCann, and I know he'll have something to say to his players after the game about it.
Yeah, and the clock keeps running, and you kind of hate that because some of these guys want to get a snap, maybe get some yards, maybe a chance at a score. But with the running clock, that's just not going to happen. And Brad, that might have been our last play of the game.
Yeah,
they're walking really slow. They didn't even set the ball yet, but they're walking really slow.
Yeah, the play clock not even running 5 seconds now, and so that's going to do it for tonight's game.
Well, they don't score as much as they did last week, but you know what? They scored a ton last week. They scored a ton tonight, and I do believe that this Ridgeway team did show a little bit more than Overton did. And so I think it was a slight step up in competition. We know what happened earlier in the season with Ridgeway and Overton.
Yeah.
But, just looking at the teams tonight, it looks like Ridgeway did put up a little bit more of a fight, especially through the air and the deep ball.
Yep. Yeah, Heath, Tiger defense still pitching a shutout on the season. So 2 perfect games to start the season. A little bit more challenge coming in next week. Again, we talked about it earlier. The Choctaw County Chargers coming into town next week, currently ranked number 3rd in 3A, defending state 3A champions. So business picks up next week here at Tiger Stadium. 7 o'clock kickoff a week from tonight. Hope to see you here at the stadium, or if not, love to have you here along on the Hernando Tiger Sports Network.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We waited all year and all summer for the season to start. Now we're 2 games in. We're 20% of the way done, and the Tigers have started off perfect. A nice 2-0 to start the season and have not given up a single score yet this season. So dynamite by the defense of the Tigers, and the offense has just looked amazing. And look, everyone's having fun tonight. So again, the Tigers start the season off 2-0 here in 2025 at their new playpen, and a 36-0 win tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We enjoyed bringing you Tiger football, and the final score was, and forever shall remain, Hernando 36, the Roadrunners of Ridgeway, no score. And that will do it for James Bradley Bush. I'm Heath Hopkins. We want to thank everyone for tuning in. And good Lord willing, we'll see you again here next week. Until then, have yourself a wonderful weekend. And we'll catch you here next week for Hernando Tiger football. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for your help in keeping Tiger Stadium beautiful. Once again, we thank all who are in attendance.